that means you're feeling the vibe. The bell rung, you already been subscribed. Right now, the queen, she on live. Please pull over the whip, no phoning when you drive. Dope Soul sporting with the talk. First lady from New York, Brooklyn. All my people, you rocking with the chat. Hit that. The like button would tell me where you at. You know, step from the MBK. Born and raised up MBK. Hey, real lady where she holding it down. No matter way how you feel, she gon' greet you with a smile.
Sister, you one of a kind.
Yes.
Oh, sister, it's time you
That's
shine. Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Dope Soul.
What?
Dope Soul.
What?
Your soul.
Where you at? Where you at?
Salute, Nick family. You could tell my voice is not totally here today, but I'm gonna do my best. Salute to everybody rocking with us. This is Dope Soul Sports Talk channel, a member of the MBK family, and today we're doing a season preview. I wanted to wait until after the preseason games. I think that gives us a better context to kind of talk about what our expectations are for the season, what our expectations are for individual players. So we got slides today. We're gonna do a little Queen's Courtish type thing with the slides as well. And shout out to Jay Boogie who produced the song for the intro video, and shout out to Simeon Russell from MBK Nothing But Knicks who did the video. I appreciate both of those guys. Both processes are time consuming, and I appreciate the time that they put into it. So I'm back with the resident panelists. Let me tell you, in that video when they had the shot of us with the face cams and us laughing and having a good time, I like that shot.
Anyway, I love it too.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask you where that came from. What video do you know?
That was the first time that first week when we did the face cam, when I had the new face cams.
Oh, okay.
I think Sam took he got it from there.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm
Because
glad I had a Giants hoodie on. We 5-1. Just want to tell everybody that.
Right. And remember, we haven't really used the face cam since. Because
right.
every time you put a comment up, it messes it up. So StreamYard got to get better with that. But anyway, how are we doing today? And we got one more sleep, as they say, before the Knicks play tomorrow.
Flying high and fantastic. Let's go New York Knicks. Let's go New York Jets, and let's go New York Giants. How about that?
Oh, thank you very much for that.
All right.
Go Yankees too.
And them too,
yeah, 5-1 today, so we go on to the next round. So salute to them too.
Yeah. And salute to the chat: Cormega, Keith Turner, Manchild, Sharice Duncan. Appreciate you rocking with us. Keith Turner. I don't know if I said Keith Turner. Y'all know how my memory is. J Tap, I appreciate you. JJ, appreciate you. So yeah, let's get into it. You know, before I get into our predictions, anything about the preseason that stood out for you that where you feel pretty encouraged about, an aspect of what you saw, and that could be team wise or as a player, a particular player. I mean,
I'll go first.
Sure.
Star J Barrett's ascension to glory. Amen. He looks good.
Looks good.
I am very encouraged. I'm encouraged by his shooting prowess and his finishing package around the rim. Good things are going on there. His rebounding is still strong, especially for, a 2-3. His defense is kind of mid right now, but we'll see if that was just for the preseason. But I'm encouraged by everything we've seen from that kid. And Mitch too. He's looked really good the last few games. I've been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, Mitch looks good. For me, it's just RJ. I think everybody likes the way RJ looks so far. And Brunson, even though he didn't shoot well a couple games, Jalen Brunson is my point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is my point guard going forward. You know what I'm saying? I made my feelings known for this past summer trying to get Jalen Brunson. So, yeah, I'm psyched about Jalen Brunson and where he's going to take us. And Mitch has definitely played well. I'm not going to front.
Yeah, put some respect on Mitch's name, bro.
We'll get to Mitch. But go ahead, Steph.
I mean, I like the starting five. We are playing like a team. We are cohesive. I mean, we have chemistry. But just the one concern I have is our transition defense and on our bench. I hope they could gel together quickly, and no pun intended. And I need them to step up, especially quickly, and Obi. I ain't gonna put too much on Hartenstein, although he does make a lot of silly fouls, but he'll come around. But overall, I like the team, I like the roster, but just my concern is the transition defense and the bench.
Yeah, I mean, so much stood out, and I'm not going to talk about it all because as we get to different, aspects of the team, and we're going to go through each player, we can talk, more about it. But I'm very encouraged by the pace that we're playing at, and I'm very encouraged by the ball movement and player movement. Like the ball is not sticking. We're getting good shots. People are getting their shots in the flow of the offense. RJ is leading us in scoring. I don't think the Knicks are featuring him. I just think that he's hitting his shots. Randle is playing within the flow of the offense, but his efficiency is down. RJ's is up. And sometimes we're like, wow, I didn't even know he had 20 points. Yeah, that's what happens when you're hitting your shots. You don't need to dominate the offense and take 50 shots. You could take 10 shots, and if you're efficient, hit a few free throws, bam, you at 20. So I'm like what I'm seeing from RJ Barrett. Mitch, we'll talk about Mitch when we pull up the stats. But the last game that he had, that's my expectation from Mitch game in and game out. And I think that's the hardest thing to do in this league. I've talked about it. It's just like, that's not a good game for me. That's just what I do. That's what I do on a night to night, game to game basis. And I'm hoping that what we saw from Mitch is particularly in this last game against Washington is what we're going to see, going forward. But let's get right in. Let's get right to it with RJ Barrett. So I got last season stats, and then I got, what his stats were in the preseason. Not much difference in terms of points and rebounds and assists. But look at those percentages. Now I get it. It's only 4 games, but 48% from the field, 50% from three, 81.3% from the free throw line. Man, are you a believer that this will continue, even if it's not at this level? As in terms of field goal, but like 50% from three, like that's otherworldly. I don't think that's going to continue.
Yeah, no way.
In terms of him being an efficient player this season, you buying or selling?
I mean, should I answer first? But
All
right, I'll do it. I'll make it quick. I'm buying, obviously, but I do not think his 3-point percentage will stay anywhere near that. I would say maybe 38%, which would be pretty good for him. I think the free throw percentage is going to stay like that. He made that a big premium on in his off-season workouts and summer and all that stuff, and he was pretty adamant he was going to fix that. So I'm pretty confident in that. Field goal percentage, I think I'll maybe dip down to 46 or 47, maybe 46. I'll stay with the 46%. All of those are fantastic for him. The 3-point would be the only thing that's not a career high, but his usage was different when he had that 40% 3-point average. And also something to take note about these numbers here. This was done in less minutes than what he averaged in the season.
Right.
27 minutes a game or 26.
Right.
So you can extrapolate those more and you'll see even better.
Right.
Ideally.
Yeah,
So I'm buying.
No doubt about it. I'm buying as well. I got 3 fantasy teams, and RJ Barrett is on 2 of them, and I took him above his average draft position. That's how much I believe in him this season, having a really good season. And again, his efficiency may go down a little bit, but he's going to be an efficient player. And I think part of it is because he doesn't have to initiate the offense. He does initiate it some, like a secondary or tertiary playmakers. Same thing with Randle, secondary, tertiary. But Brunson is running that offense.
Mm-hmm.
And RJ is getting really good looks, really clean looks, and his catch and shoot 3 is water.
Right.
So
Splash.
yeah. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from RJ Barrett. And I'm buying, and I like the fact that he's playing within the flow of the offense. If I have any, I don't know if I want to call it criticism, I would like to see his assists get up to 4 to 5. Now, I just think that he has that vision and he has the ability to make those passes. Now, if it's catch and shoot and you're receiving, it's not really an opportunity for you to get assists. But when he's driving downhill, that's that opportunity, the decision making. Do I take this all the way to the rim? Do I pull up for the mid-range? Or do I kick it out to somebody who might be waiting for the 3? I don't think he's been in too many of those situations yet. But as the season goes on, let's see. Let's see. Other than that, I'm really encouraged by what I see in RJ Barrett. Salute Kerry Cox and the rest of the chat. Stafford, any thoughts you buying and selling on RJ Barrett preseason performance and whether his efficiency will continue?
Yeah, definitely I'm buying. Um I think his 3-point shooting will go down a little bit. And his field goal probably I'll go with the 46 like Tsunami. But he's playing real good. We see what he's been working on, going to the basket, uh turn around, pull up jump shot. His threes is splashing like water. So I'm looking for RJ Barrett to be having a close to all-star season this year. I'm definitely looking for him to take the next step, and put some more respect on his name. But yeah, RJ, I'm buying.
Yeah. And Jarrell, you said you was buying as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely buying. I definitely think the percentages are going to go down. For me, maybe it's like 45, 3-point, under 40, obviously, and free throw, maybe about 75. I'll give him that, hopefully. But I think the averages are going to go up, though. Like Tsunami said, with the amount of minutes RJ was playing, even if his percentages go down, as long as he hit those free throws, his points can jump up to maybe like 23, 24 points a game.
Yeah.
His rebound might go to like 7 or 8, especially him, exclusively being at the small forward. And his assists, I think that he should average more assists. He's going to average more minutes, so that 2.5, it might turn into like 3 or 4. I wouldn't mind that. And I don't know. A lot of it has to do with his defense too. I don't think anybody has mentioned what he's going to do on the defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
He has to definitely step up on the defensive end also if he wants to be that all-star. It can't just be on the offense.
Yeah, if we can get if we can have a two-way player on the wing, and that's RJ Barrett, I'm happy because when you think about it, that's where those scorers are.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's what makes Boston so tough. You got Jaylen Brown. You got, I'm not going to say Tatum's defense is otherworldly, but you got, long, wiry guys that if they buy in, that switchability is there, so yeah, I think his defense was solid. He got beat on a few, back doors or whatever, but I think overall his defense is, is solid. So
yeah.
We'll see. But I'm encouraged by RJ Barrett and what I'm seeing from him. Anything else on RJ Barrett before we move to Mitch? Yeah, I agree, Sharon. If RJ can shoot 45% from the floor and 85% from the free throw line, his scoring will improve about 5 points. 85. That's
Yeah,
a
it'd be more than that.
jump
Yeah, he'd be
from
almost at
70
30.
to 85%, but I'll take it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
my
now
goal
you
is
wanted to
80.
say something?
No, I was just saying my goal is 80, but 85%, I would love to see it. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm,
definitely.
I'm gonna say 75 because baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. I feel you.
That's all.
Right.
I mean, you don't think that's going to translate? Like you can say, you know, he's going to be in the game longer. You know, maybe he won't be as fresh down the stretch. Maybe that'll
Mhm.
bring his field goal percentage down. Maybe he'll be playing more against first teamers. Maybe that, but the free throw percentage, it's the same line as in
Yeah,
the
that's true.
preseason. You know,
That's
so
true. That's a big jump though.
it is a big jump.
It is.
Yeah,
That is a big
71 to like 80 something. That's a big jump for a player to do in a single season.
10%.
But
10%. Yeah.
yeah,
Well, talking about jumps at the free throw line. Small
Yeah.
sample size, though. Small sample size.
yeah,
Let's talk about Mitchell Robinson and how he's looked in the preseason. Last season, he averaged 8.5 points, 8.6 rebounds, 1.8 blocks, almost a steal, shot 76% from the field. Obviously, mostly all dunk shots, and only 48.6% from the free throw line. And the preseason, a bit more points, 11. Rebounds around the same, 8.3. Blocks are up. Steals are up a little bit. Field goal percentage is about the same. Free throw percent. Now, that free throw percent is just 3 or 4.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Fool's goal.
Yeah. So it's you know, it's 4 shots. But
Excuse
he
me.
made, he made 3 of them. I think the what I'm seeing from Mitch, I don't think is reflected in the stats.
Right.
agree.
Me too.
It's not really reflected in the stat, and he's not playing. I don't think he's playing a lot of minutes in the preseason either.
Yeah, it's like 21 or 22 minutes, something
Right.
like that.
It's the activity.
hmm
It's the activity on the defensive end. Now, I'm not saying he was always a good defensive player, but he seems to be more active out on the perimeter. If he's not blocking shots, he's deflecting shots. To me, he just looks different. Now, at the end of the season, I really do not want to see 8 points, 8 rebounds. Like at the end of the season, I got to see like 12 points, 10 rebounds, and like block and a half.
Right.
But I like his activity. But like I said, more I want to see it consistently. Anybody else thoughts on Mitchell Robinson? Are you buying and selling that he's going to be better statistically and even non-statistically?
I'm going to say yeah. I think he only played 22 minutes a game and did that. So I was pretty impressed by that. His defense looked better. He was altering more shots even that, and you can't obviously see that in the stats there, but he altered quite a few shots in the last few games too. I think that, and then also for his free throw shooting, it looks like his form is better. So that encourages me. I know he's not going to do 75%, but if he can give us at least 60, that is something that we need to see from him. And I think he's taking more pride in his defense on the defensive side of the ball. And that's what's really going to help them. Will help him and the team, of course. So I think maybe he felt a little something with seeing Hartenstein there. Maybe he's taking it more personally. I hope that's what it is. But he looks good. And one thing I said this last week, but he's not falling on the ground, guys. I didn't see it. Did y'all see it?
No.
Right.
He's not taking any tumbles. No. I mean, I remember when he said to Monica McKnight asked him about it, and he tried to avoid the question. But at least he's his balance is better. So I'm pleased by what we'll see. I don't think he's going to make a huge jump, but as far as I would say maybe 10 points a game, 9.8 rebounds. I think he'll maintain these blocks. So 2 blocks, maybe 2 and some change, whatever. The steal thing, and I don't know. And then, like I said, 60% for free throws. And that helps the team a lot with just that.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Stafford, Mr. President.
Yes, put some respect on Mitch's name, Jarrell. Put some respect. But I'm definitely buying though. I'm going for a double,
Okay.
right? I'm going for 10 rebounds, 12 points, or 12.9. No, I mean like 11.9, 11 points, something around there. But I'm going 12, 10 rebounds. I think his free throws may dip a little bit from 75. I'll go with 60. He'll maintain that just to stay on the floor. And his blocks is definitely going to be there. But his presence, as you were saying, Queen,
Yes.
his activity. Like I was watching the Wizards game, and I don't know who was dribbling the ball, but he was trying to come in, and as soon as he see Mitch, he turned right back out and kick out the ball. And because they were afraid to come in, but Mitch, he got a chip on his shoulder, man. He got the bag, he got something to prove. I think he said that how the Knicks showed him loyalty, so he want to give something back. So, Mitch is gonna come into this season having something to prove, and he said he wanted to be the defensive player of the year. I want him to get that. I want him to be one of the top 5 in centers as far as his defense, right? Because Rudy Goldberg been holding down that stat for probably like for the past 3-4 years. So, I want Mitch to take a step in that direction, and I'm definitely buying Mitch, man. He looks good. He looks good. Yeah, he's not falling that much, and he looks more comfortable in his weight, and the guys are looking for him. Randall's looking for him. He had that dunk underneath the rim. RJ is doing a little pick and rolls with him. I'm surprised Fournier is looking for him. So, I mean, Mitch could average that 12 points and that 10 rebounds, especially he's a beast on the offensive board. So I'm looking to him at least get about at least 5-6 offensive boards and
Right.
at least 4-5 defensive boards, So yeah, I'm definitely buying Mitch.
I think the chat is buying as well. JJ, I want 12 and 12 from Mitch. Manchild, appreciate you. Mitch can be a 12 and 10 guy. Pudge Nice, Mitch getting overworked. Our perimeter needs to do a better job. I think he better get in shape because our perimeter defense, at least in the preseason, hasn't looked, it looked better in the Washington game. It's a work in process.
Yeah.
Sharon, Mitch was not completely healthy last season. Yeah. Pudge Nice, defensive player of the year.
Let's go.
I
like the optimism.
Yeah.
That's what
We all know.
And
let's go.
Let me ask you a question. If Mitch plays, we're talking about what we want from him statistically, but that activity, that intimidation, if he's on point all season, is that a few more wins for the Knicks?
I think so.
I agree too.
At least 2 or 3.
I agree too.
It should be.
Yeah, I agree. I when you have a center that's having monster games and really rebounding well, controlling the paint, yeah, that definitely helps your team win. It just makes it harder to score for the other team.
Right.
No doubt about it. And let's not, I mean, we talk about this all the time, what he does as far as offensive rebounding. We're getting those second chance opportunities at the basket. And it's not like offensive rebound and passing it out to the point guard, which is fine. You get another possession. He gets it and converts. I wish I had percentages. He must be converting about 80%, if not more, of his offensive rebounds.
I would think so, for sure. It's wonderful having him there. And then if you think about it, if he can keep this kind of defensive presence up against the premier centers, that'll really help us because we got worked by a few of them last year
He did.
because he either didn't play or he just didn't. I'm trying not to throw shade here. He didn't show up, so to speak, against them. Whatever it was, things happen. I'm not, last season was last season, but you think about those games against, your Denvers of the world.
The Embiids,
Right.
what's his name? That big guy that played for Chicago now.
Oh,
He
Vucevic?
played for the Nets last year.
Yeah,
No, he played for the Nets last year.
Yeah, right.
Drummond.
Oh, Drummond.
Oh, Drummond
yeah,
too.
him too.
Yeah, he was getting worked by Drummond.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's a big dude. Shout out to Jay Boogie again. Appreciate you, my brother, for the intro video. If we were still under the old NBA All-Star Game rules, Mitch would be the second center in the East behind Joel.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
You don't think they would
about
give it to Robert Williams?
that. I don't know.
Last year, anyway. This year, maybe, especially with Robert
You got
going to be
Clint
out for a while.
You got Clint Capella. You got Vucevic. You got.
Well, let's just be honest.
Who else you got?
Uh-oh.
I'm about to say, let's just be honest. That's just because the talent pool is low.
Right.
Yeah.
But he could be right, but there are no centers in the East. It's not that many centers, period. Not that many good ones.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to J Tap, who's recognizing that I'm a bit under the weather today. And it's just my throat. I don't have a head cold or anything else. I'm not sure what it is. You good, Queen? We need you out there tomorrow.
Right. You could be yelling at the TV because you're not going to the game tomorrow. You're just yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
So, you still gotta need your voice.
Yeah, for sure. And Friday I'll be at Legends NY New York City. I'll be there live too. So I don't know. I'll get that tea and lemon and see what happens.
So, put a little ginger in there too.
A little ginger. I have some of that as well.
You'll get through it. I had the same thing for a couple of weeks. It just wouldn't shake.
Weeks.
But at least you didn't. I didn't go to a doctor though. I probably could have gotten.
That's not encouraging. You're gonna be all right. I had that for 3 years.
I'm about to say.
You did. I was all right though, and you'll be all right. That is all.
I'll be all right.
You lose
Stay
your
up.
voice here and there.
All right. Anything else on Mitch? I'm looking for a big season from Mitch Roberts. Like when I look at Robert Williams, he's injured now from Boston.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he's doing statistically. I just like that his energy. He's just all over the place. That's what I want from Mitch.
Well, it's still Vucevic, like you said. Jared Allen, we can't forget about him. He made the All-Star
That's
team.
what we forgot. That's
I don't know. Even if Jared Allen goes out, to be honest, Evan Mobley can play both. So I don't know. It just remains to be seen. Like, but Mitch is in the conversation for best. At least top 5 center in the East.
Yeah, Mitch can be an all-star, Hawkeye, and sure, Mitch is better than Capella.
Now maybe
Definitely not rebounding wise. That's for sure.
not rebounding wise.
But all around, I think they're close.
Jared Allen. Yeah, Jared Allen.
Ahead of
Jared Allen made the All-Star team, so I don't know. I can't put him above Jared Allen yet. So maybe he's 3.
Well, look, last year, Jared Allen was made better, right, by Darius Garland. Now we have Brunson. Maybe Brunson can help Mitchell Robinson elevate his game,
Yeah.
Oh, salute to G Robinson. He said Bam. We forgot all about Bam. I'm so used to Bam being like a tweener. Yeah,
he should
Bam
be a
is
4 anyway. That's why.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But
I see him as a 4.
He does play
from
the 5.
Orlando.
No,
Miami. Heat.
Bam out of Miami.
Okay.
Oh, nigga, you talk about Mo Bamba.
Yeah.
I
You're
like
right.
his name.
Yeah, I forgot about Bam. So slide Mitch down another notch, but he's still top 5.
Yeah, that's still top 5.
Still top 5.
All right.
Unless we think of some more names, we need to move on before I start thinking of some more names.
No, we don't want you to get hot, Jarrell.
Right.
No, I'm good.
So let's talk about Julius Randle. Last season, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Not very efficient. 41% from the field, 30.8% from the 3-point line, 75.6% from the free throw line. In the preseason, just 13 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. A little better shooting, not much. In field goal percentage, 42.9. But that 3-point percentage, probably from 2, he's probably shooting much better. That 3-point percentage is really dragging down his overall percentage. But just 27.3% from the 3-point line. A little better at the free throw line, 78.6%. Are you buying or selling that Julius Randle's points and rebounds will be significantly less than last season?
I'm selling. Yeah, I think his points is definitely going to go down. I think he's going to average at least about 18.
Okay.
18. He's still going to get his 10 rebounds.
Mhm.
He's really struggling from that 3.
Yeah. More than usual.
Yeah.
Can't shoot.
Yeah, but I still think it will go up a little bit, just a notch. I don't think that much. Let me see. 27.3 and last season was 30. I'll say around the same percentage, about 31. I say he still be about 31. But he definitely needs to work on those, because those are the shots that he's going to get open a lot. Well, him and Obi. I know we're going to talk about Obi later, but definitely those are the shots that those two are going to get, and they need to definitely hit them. His free throws look like it went up from 75.6 to 78.6. So I think he may do good in that. I think it's going to bump up to 80. And he was always an assist guy. So I don't think that's going to drop. I think that's going to stay at 5, because he's definitely playmaker. And the only concern is his points is going to probably dip a little bit, because he's probably going to be the third option. And his 3-point shooting definitely needs to go up and needs to improve. But I'm selling on Randle.
Okay. Well, selling that he's going to have a significant drop, buying that he's going to be good.
Right.
Just
Correct.
as good last season. Okay, gotcha. Tsunami?
So I guess I'll be buying in this aspect. I do think it's gonna drop, just because he's A, doesn't have the same usage rate. B, we have Brunson, so he's gonna be taking more shots. All that stuff's pretty evident. I think his rebounds will come up some, but I don't think they'll be quite as high as years past. So maybe closer to 8.5 to 9. Not a huge drop off, but a slight one. Also, because I think Obi's going to take a little bit more of his minutes than he did last year. So that's part of it. His field goal percentage, I think, is going to be a little bit higher than that. I think he was just slumping a little bit because he was still trying to find his role and everything else. I also think he's going to shoot less threes, or at least I hope he does. And just brings it down to like 4 or 5 attempts. I don't want to see him ever take more than 5 3-pointers. But I like that he's at least shooting open ones. So that's good. So it's not like he's taking really poor shots. Free throw percentage, I think, will hover around probably where it is right now. Maybe dip a little, maybe to 77%. But overall, I still like him in this role as the third banana, so to speak. He's just kind of finding his place in the offense, so to speak, just getting in where he can. Brunson's going to help him. I think he's in a good spot. I'm not too worried about him. His headspace is good, all that stuff, but statistically he's going to drop a little bit probably in every category except for the percentages aspect. I think he'll raise the field goal and the 3-point. I just think he's slumping right now.
Okay. All right. Jarrell, your thoughts on Randle?
I don't know. I actually don't think his averages should go down that much. I mean, I know his usage rate is going to go down, but just like RJ, like if having Jalen Brunson improves RJ's efficiency because of his usage rate, it seems like the same should be said for Randle. Just by the way that he plays the game. And I think his numbers may be low because of the way he has to adjust to having Brunson on the floor. But as the season goes on, he should, seem like he should be okay. Like, I don't see why he would have less than 20 points a game still. He's still going to average about over 30 minutes. So, yeah, I actually think it should be easier for him. Now, everything else, I think, just depends on his 3-point shot. I don't like him shooting 3-pointers because he's a power forward. You know, he kind of plays like a small forward, like we've been talking about before.
Yep.
Like he shoots too many threes. But, you know, if he keeps that down or if he's hitting those threes, then, yeah, I think 20 points is not, you know, I don't think it's going to go down that much. Even if it does go down 18, it's just a bucket a game. So, yeah, I think it'll be 20. It actually might be even more.
Really?
You think so?
Like, yeah, I don't see
that.
why. I see it should be easier for Randle.
Should be.
It should, like, for you to say that his numbers are going to go down. Is he either going to shoot worse or he didn't adjust like he should have? Because having Brunson on the floor should clear up a lot of things for him. He doesn't have to do a lot of the stuff that he did before.
It should. I think it's going to take a while though before we see the fruits of that. It might take a month.
I think so too.
Yeah, but by the All-Star game though, hopefully, you know, by the All-Star game or maybe in the middle of the season, I expect him to have like growing pains in the beginning of the season, just like he did in the preseason. But yeah, by the All-Star game, if Julius Randle isn't, you know, firing on all cylinders, then something's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm selling that his numbers are going to drop significantly. I think if his numbers drop significantly, it's not because he's getting less shots, it's because his efficiency is down.
Right.
Like in this offense, I don't see them featuring RJ. I don't see them featuring Brunson. I don't see them featuring Randle. It's an equal opportunity offense.
Right.
And it's really about who's hitting their shots. If you're hitting your shots, you're going to score. So I think if Randle's percentage is down, it's going to be because, yes, he may be getting less shots than before. And with the shots he's getting, he's making less of them because he's inefficient. Right? Like, this is actually a good stat to look up. You know, in the preseason, probably RJ getting less shots than he got in the regular season because he played less minutes. But because of his efficiency, he was still able to average 20 points on less shots.
Right? Exactly.
That's going to be the same thing with Randle. He's going to get his shots, whether he scores 20 or 13, or it's going to be how efficient is he with the shots he gets. I think his rebounding will be fine, and I hope so, because Mitch is a little better defensive rebounding, but not that much. And Obi Toppin is not a good defensive rebounder. Randle and Hartenstein are our best defensive rebounders. So I really hope his defensive rebounds don't go down. We need them. His assists, you know, they're coming from different places. You know, he'll still pass the ball out if he's double teamed in the post, but he's not the primary facilitator. So it's not going to be him bringing the ball down the court and facilitating the entire offense. His assist is going to be because he has the ball and he's double teamed and he finds somebody. You know, so I do think his assist may go down a bit from 5 to 4, maybe. You know, maybe 4 assists a game. I still think he'll have like 9 to 10 rebounds. I think his points will be about 18. But again, because that efficiency just hasn't been there, and especially if you're going to be jacking up 5 3-pointers.
Right.
He's not a 3-point shooter. Like I know he practices it and he puts his time in the off season, but he's just not never has been to take as many as he does. And I think that if he cuts down on the 3-point shooting, his efficiency goes up. And he has an opportunity.
Don't you think is the offense that they run that he's going to be open for those 3-point shots? It's not like, you know, he's forcing it up. Those shots are coming to him like very clean, but he's just not making them. You wouldn't say so?
Oh, I agree. But he's not making them because he's not a good 3-point shooter.
Right.
You know, sometimes you're open for a reason, you know?
Right.
You're right, though.
That's true.
You know, we'll see.
That's the whole point.
You don't see Mitch out there.
Right.
That's for a reason.
But he'll have games, you know, and it's like he'll have games where he shoots it well. But to me, when you can do something game in and game out, it becomes who you are, which is very different than having a good shooting game. Like, I'm not having a good shooting game. It's just what I do. I shoot threes, you know? He does have good shooting games, but I don't know if I would consider him a good 3-point shooter.
No.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I
Then
don't think he's a
that's the
great
only
three-point shooter.
thing that I feel like if that was to be knocked down some more, he would be a 20-point scorer in this offense.
No doubt
But
about it. 'Cause he gets those 3-pointers.
Oh yeah.
Right.
right, exactly. So I'm agreeing with you. 18, 10, and I'll still keep it at 5. But you said 4, which is not that far off.
Yeah. So let's see what the chat is saying. Jonathan Green, appreciate you. My prediction for Julius Randle for the season is 23 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. I would be a happy camper if that happened. I give credit to Randle for buying in so far. Sure. Yes. Randle will lead the Knicks in scoring and assists. If the efficiency is there, maybe. Pudge Nice, 20 and 10 again. And then he said 20, 10, and 6. Wow.
That amount of assists? The assists are what blew me.
Well, I mean, he averaged 5, so it's just a 1 assist a game. He averaged 5.
That would mean he would have to have the ball as much as he had it last year.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It don't. I think it just depends on if the Knicks are hitting their shots, for one thing. Like if somebody, if we actually can shoot, Randle could average 1 more assist a game and still have Brunson on the floor being the point guard.
Right.
Because it's not like Brunson out.
That well?
It's not like Brunson out there being John Stockton. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you're right. We gonna get to that. You're right. I would say that if he does get 4 or 5, it's gonna be coming from different parts of the floor.
Right.
And he had one game in the preseason where I think he had 5 assists. And part of it was him, being a secondary ball handler. The other one was just coming out of the, as Tibbs say, the game will tell you what to do. When to pass it, where to pass. You got to be listening, though. You got to be listening.
I think most of his assists is going to be coming off of Fournier, Julius. No, not Julius.
RJ.
Yeah. Fournier, RJ, and Mitch. Because when he's in the post, Mitch is just probably going to slide to the basket. You've seen that in the Washington game with Fournier, probably that handoff dribble,
right?
Or he's in the post and you kick it out, bam, and then RJ just slashing and looking and Randle looking from. So I think that's where his assist is going to come off mostly. And if Fournier could hit at least 2 or 3 of those, Mitch comes sliding the basket with a nice pass from Randle, hit 2 of those, that's 5 right there already.
Right.
So I think 6 is not really far-fetched, for real.
And having Brunson on the floor, period, compared to what we had last year. So 2 or 3 of those assists a night can just go to Brunson.
Right. I mean, one of the things I'm seeing with Brunson, RJ, and Randle is not going to be Brunson bringing the ball down every single time leading the offense. It's just not looking that way. I think he's going to do it most of the time. But there are times when I've seen Randle bringing the ball down, initiating the offense. I've seen Fournier do it once or twice. I saw RJ do it. And the good thing is that Brunson can play off the ball. So it's not like he's going to be lost when those guys are bringing it down. Shout out to Sherwin again. Randle shot 40% from the floor last season. That was the worst in his NBA career. If his field goal percentage go back to normal, he will average 24 points. We shall see. We shall see. I hope you're right. I don't care where the scoring comes from as long as it's the Knicks. We need to put the ball in the basket.
Word.
Ashley Inc. 1, appreciate you. If we improve efficiency, then Randle and Brunson can average 6 and 9 respectively. And I believe he's referring to assists.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think they'll just come from different places. I mean, we're going to get to Brunson next or soon. He's just not that high assist guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I've seen some games in Dallas. Let me see if he's next. Let's do Brunson. We'll come back to Fournier.
Okay.
Last season in Dallas, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, shot 50% from the field, 37% from 3, 84% from the free throw line. In preseason, 18 points, 3.5 rebounds, 4.3 assists, 49% from the field, 46.2% from three-point land, and 88% from the free throw line. You buying or selling that he's going to approach these numbers in the regular season?
I'm buying. It's in line with what he's done in his career. Aside from, well, actually no asides there. Free throw percentage looks good. The 3-point, I mean, okay, the 3-pointer, I don't expect him to be at 46%. Sorry, I was like, wait, I'm missing something. It'll dip, but maybe like I was saying for RJ, like 37, 38%, something like that, which is still pretty high. But everything else, especially the points, rebounds, assists, I imagine they'll stay there. Maybe a little bit higher. I would say probably 5 assists per game for him. Again, still a whole thing with the minutes here. So those preseason numbers, I imagine those to come up at least for the counting stats. So yeah, I'm thinking at least 5 assists for him, maybe 6.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, when Luka was out the game, his assist was up.
Went up, yeah.
Yeah, was definitely up. I'm not seeing that though, but this can also be when Luka was out, he kind of played the similar role as Luka, where the ball was just in his hand all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now, it's still in Randle's hand some, not as much, but some, and RJ's hand some. So maybe we might not get that big jump in assists.
Right. I don't think it's going to be a big jump. So, but I am buying because that is my point guard. You know what I mean? Going forward. So I am buying Brunson. I don't think his assists are going to jump up, though. I think he's going to average maybe a little bit, maybe 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll go 6. Say Randle goes 6, he goes 6, RJ gets 4. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll spread the ball around. But, yeah, like I said before, he's not John Stockton. Like, he's not that type of point guard. Like, he's a scoring, attacking point guard. Like, he'll be in the paint a lot.
Right.
Like, he's not going to he's not Jason Kidd. Like, he doesn't play that way.
Right.
But I'm definitely buying Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. Staffer?
You going Terrell Owens on me, huh, Jarrell? That's my point guard.
That's my point guard, man.
I cannot.
But I'm definitely buying though. I think his points may go up to about 19.
Wow. Okay.
I can see it.
Possible.
He's a
Yeah,
killer.
I do think so, because if it's not RJ taking it where we need a basket, I think it's going to be Brunson. And you see the last game when he didn't have a good game, he came out with 27. And he was right.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking his points is going to go up. His rebounds might stay the same. 3-4 rebounds. Assists, I'm going with still the same. His field goals, I think it's going to be the same. 3-point definitely going to go down. I don't think they're going to allow him to shoot shots like that.
I'm
yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think yeah. So I think it's going to dip down at least to 38%. I ain't going to give him the 40 yet, but I'm gonna say 38. And he's a good free throw shooter, so that should stay where it's at. He should be the second best free throw shooter on the team besides IQ. So I'm definitely buying with Brunson. That's my point guard.
Yeah, I'm buying too. I think these numbers are about right. Maybe the rebounds get to 4, the assists get to 5, but this is about right. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He's not that traditional point guard. There's not many of them left anyway. You know,
Yeah.
he's a scoring point guard with some vision and willingness to, you know, to share the ball. Great leadership skills. I'm gonna, you know, set you up, you know, set the team up and make sure we're taking good shots. And so, you know, Randle will handle the ball some, RJ some, but best believe when it's down the stretch and we need a basket, the ball is going to be in his hands to make that decision.
For sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah. AJ Brunson averaged 22 and 7 in games without Luka with real good efficiency.
Yep.
Man-child, he was averaging 7 assists when Luka was out.
Yep.
JJ, again, I'm not worried about points per game. I'm looking at efficiency. And just in general, Jonathan Green, if he hitting those free throws, look out. I believe he's talking about Randle.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Shoot, that goes for everybody on our team damn near compared to last season.
Facts.
Now, Pudge Nice said, oh, he doesn't.
He don't pass. Not if he don't want to. That's my point guard, Pudge. Talk about, man.
The only thing I would say, though, to the 7 assists that he got last year, Dallas was a very spread out offense. So there were a lot more 3-point shooters on that team.
Yes,
so
they
he could
were.
just dish it to anybody and they could, you know, make the three.
Right.
So that's the only caveat I would say to what he did.
Right. In order to get it,
They played like a 5 out, right? Like
Yes.
Yeah, 4 or 5 out. Yes, they did.
All of them could hit it.
Yeah. And to get an assist, somebody got to hit the shot. You know? Ashley Inc. 1. Brunson should be able to give Mitch 3 lobs a game, 2 assists each to both RJ and Randle, then 1 to 2 for a shooting guard, 48 or Grimes.
I like the breakdown.
Right? It was granular.
He should be able to do
I
that.
appreciate the detail.
Yeah. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal. Jonathan Green, I'll take that.
I'm about to say I'll take that.
Yeah, I will definitely take. What's your over and under? I'm gonna say 33 minutes. Over and under, over or under on 33 minutes a game.
Push.
I'm go under, but maybe slightly, like 32. So like I don't like going over, so maybe 32 under. So I'm gonna go under slightly.
If I can't stay with push, then I'll say over.
Over. Ooh.
I'm going over too.
I'm going
Over.
too.
Oh, y'all going over.
He'll probably play 34, 35 minutes a game.
Wow.
It's Tibbs, man. I'm sorry.
No,
Until I
the
see
only
it in the
reason-
regular
Backing
season.
him up too. Rose is backing him up.
I know.
Okay.
No, but the only reason I said over two, one, Queen just said it, Derrick Rose, right? Because you know you don't want to weigh him out, and
Okay.
two is IQ's decision making. So with those two factors, that's why I'm going. That's why I'm going over. Say that again.
I asked Steph if she got an IQ slide because I definitely want to talk about it.
Yo, I got an IQ. I do.
You have one for the whole team?
I do.
Everybody?
Cool.
Well, not the situational. We'll talk about the situational as a group.
Oh,
Cool.
no.
So-
I know who the situational is. All right, go ahead.
Anything
Yeah,
You don't
else?
even have to talk about that person.
Well, right.
Anyway.
Well, with Grimes' injury, yeah,
I'm
he's
about to say you should talk
It's going to
about
be a
him.
new situation then.
He's going to be playing tomorrow.
playing. Yeah, I mean, Grimes is out. You know, we'll talk about Grimes too. Let's wait till we get to Grimes.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
swoop it.
Fournier's next, right?
Yes, let's get back to Fournier. Where are we? I'm trying to use my little stream deck. I'm trying to get
Real
fair.
quick, salute to Kerry Cox. He said 35 minutes a game for Brunson.
Yeah,
Geraldine, 35. Tibbs not changing. Ooh.
See?
But I think that's in line. I mean, we would have to look and see, is the minutes our guys getting out of line for their position on other teams? I don't think so.
It depends on the team. Like I know
35.
Toronto burned their starters out last year.
They had no bench.
I
You're
know,
right.
and
Yeah, they
Boston
had
did too towards the end of the season, but I don't know about the beginning of the season. So they tightened their rotation as the year went on. But obviously there's teams where it was not like that, like Golden State. But that's obvious. I think Miami was a team that spread their minutes out pretty good too. I can't give you everybody else though off the top of my head.
I'm talking about the top players though.
Yeah,
The top players play. Your best players are going to play. You're not going to put your best players out there for 30 minutes.
I think Jimmy Butler was right down there. I'm checking now.
Oh, he's another.
I thought
another one that gets hurt a lot too. No.
Oh, I gotcha.
Well, I would be surprised if he averaged like 32. I would be surprised. He averaged
33.9 is what he did last year, and the year before that was 33.6. So he hovers around that 33 and change.
Salute to Angel Torres. He said Brunson go to play at least 36.
Damn. I don't think he'll be quite
that easy.
But you might be right. We don't know.
Y'all trying to break my point guard down fast.
Real.
When's your Brunson jersey coming in the mail?
I don't know, but he ain't gonna be here that long if he gonna keep, playing 36 minutes a game. Damn. That's a lot.
Don't bury my guy.
I'm gonna get that stat. What is the average starting point guard minutes for the league?
That's fair. Good question.
All right, let's get to Fournier. Last season, 14 points, 2.6 rebounds, 2 assists. He didn't shoot well. I mean, this team did not shoot well last season, and it has to be better. 41.7% from the field. Did shoot well from 3-point line, almost 39%. 71% from the free throw line. Preseason, his numbers are down significantly. 5.7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Only shot 33.3% from the field. Only shot 30% from 3. 100% free throw line, probably 2 for 2. I'm not sure what that was. But you buying or selling that Fournier is basically out of the offense. I mean, you look at those numbers. Are you buying and selling that his role and his stats will significantly decrease next season?
Yeah, I'm selling. I'm definitely selling. His role, it'll be the same, but I don't think he's going to score as much as we wanted him to last year. Let me see. He averaged 14. So I'll say around 10 points for him. His rebounds going to stay the same. I'm surprised he had more assists in the preseason than last year. So I think that probably might stick. 30% from 3. I think that's gonna go up.
Right.
Because I think he's gonna get some more looks. And his free throws, 100%. How many free throws did he have in the preseason?
Yeah, probably, I don't know. It probably was like 2 for 2.
I'll look and see.
Yeah, so he's a good free throw shooter, but I think that's probably going to dip down to probably like 90% around there. So I'm definitely selling that his points is going to go down. His role might stay the same, but and plus as far as his minutes too, that might go down a little bit because Grimes is right on his heels trying to get that spot because Tibbs Fournier himself, when he don't start hitting the threes and it's not going down, Tibbs is going to pull him out the game. So that's one of the factors for me also too why you see I'm selling and his points going to go down.
But listen, we talking about because of Grimes. Grimes has yet to even hit the floor, other than one.
But Queen, I understand that, right? But not necessarily if Grimes don't play, he might go with a 10-man rotation. He could do 9 too, and Cam could not even play, right? So I'm thinking somebody, if he does run a 9-man rotation tomorrow, that's where probably Brunson might play more minutes. RJ might play more minutes just because of the defense.
Going to play more minutes.
Right. IQ's going to play more minutes, and he might even stay in the fourth quarter and replace Fournier. So, that's where I'm going with that.
Right. And when we look at the depth chart, it looks like IQ is the one that's backing up Fournier.
Right. He's going to be the backup.
Grimes will be backing up RJ whenever he gets back. I'm talking about Grimes, or Cam will be backing up RJ. Right. But IQ is really slotted in behind Evan Fournier right now as the shooting guard, with Derrick Rose playing the point. And those guys are interchangeable roles in Fournier. Let's see what the chat is saying. Cheryl D. McGyver, Evan 25 to 30. I guess you mean minutes for Evan.
He didn't even play that many in the regular season.
Yeah, Angel Torres, Evan 24 minutes, 12 points. Keith Turner, Fournier is going to be a starter here until he's traded. Some Knicks fans need to accept that.
I agree with that.
It's true, but it was still funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we need therapy.
Right. I think Evan will score 15-5. And I guess you mean 5 rebounds. If Evan scored 15 points and 5 assists, or she said 15 minutes, 5 points.
No.
15 minutes, 5 points, or 15 points, 5 assists.
I say you need to get him off the screen if we gonna get 15 minutes and 5 points. I'm talking about
I can't.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like last year he had 29.5 minutes per game. I imagine that to come down a little bit minutes-wise. I think they're going to make it definitely a timeshare. So maybe he comes down to 28, 27 minutes.
Right.
That's just my opinion. As far as the points go, yeah, there's no way he's going to stay at the 5 and 5.7 or anything like that. But he might be a little bit lower this year. Might be closer to 11 or 12 points per game. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if he comes down a little bit there.
Right.
With the
Well, and she said 15 points. Listen, if we getting 15 points and 5 assists for 48, I'm happy. That ball is popping. That
flying
ball
across the court.
It's flying around.
That means we winning some games if he's doing 15 and 5. To be honest,
correct.
Yes, sir.
Or we not winning nothing.
Right.
But we sharing the ball anyway.
Right. We either really, really good or really, really bad if he's getting 15 and 5. There's no middle ground with that.
Right. Now, before we get to the bench, anything about the starters just collectively? Are you happy with what you've seen in the preseason in terms of them gelling? Any concerns about them playing together? What's your thoughts going into this season with the starters?
I'm optimistic.
Starters.
Okay.
My bad, Jarrell. I was just gonna. I'll keep it quick. I'm optimistic for the most part, especially with Brunson. I just like the way the offense flows when he's on the court. The fact that he's kind of unlocked RJ a little bit, and like I said, I do imagine Randle will completely fall into line. He's already accepted his role, so I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean like he'll get completely acclimated, but it might just be a little slow there. Mitch looks good. So I'm optimistic there. My only concerns are what they've been for a while. It's just our defense. I know our team defense is good. The help defense is good. All that's good. But perimeter defense is definitely a thing that we'll have to watch. And with Fournier as our starting 2, I'm just not super encouraged that it's going to be great with him and Brunson in the backcourt, even though Brunson is still solid of a defender. He's not a minus defender, but he can get beaten. Right. Just kind of due to his size and stuff like that. So when he's playing a bigger point guard, that's when I might be a little bit more worried.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think the defense is going to be a work in progress. I think, we got better. At one point last season, we were ranked 20th in offensive rating, right? And then we ended up 11th. Defensive rating, excuse me. And then we ended up 11th. So it's a work in progress. And I'll tell you, and I said this on the Queen's Court, Tibbs is stubborn, but he's keeping them defensive stats. And if that team is not gelling defensively, he's going to make a move.
You're right.
That is true.
He will make a move if the defense is just not playing well. It may take him 20, 25 games to do so. He'll give them a good opportunity, but he will make that move. So he's going to see how the Brunson Fournier thing works out before he makes that move. I just want to put this announcement up. I forgot. Friday at 10 a.m., this is J Boogie. Friday, 10 a.m., I will be shooting my first scene from my next single, the biggest, off my album, J Boogie Presents Knicks in the Booth at the NBA store. Come out and be in the video. So that's Friday, 10 a.m., J Boogie shooting the first scene from the next single from his upcoming album. And that will be at the NBA store Friday, 10 a.m. Come out, support, and be in the video.
Dope.
J Boogie's doing big things.
Super dope.
Boogie not playing with y'all. I wish I was in New York. I can't get into anything down here.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Offensively, I love it. I love the ball movement. I love the player movement. I love everybody getting their shots in the flow of the offense. It comes your way, shoot it. It doesn't. Wait for it the next time. Nobody's forcing anything. I like it. For the most part, Randle has looked good, but I need him to be a bit more efficient. I need him to be a bit more, because we're going to need the scoring, and we're going to talk about the bench. I don't see a lot of scoring in that bench. So we're going to need RJ, Randle, and Brunson to really score the ball for us within the flow of the offense, of course, but we're going to need that. Anything else on the starters before we move to?
Yeah, the starters looking good, man. I just want them to they gelling already, so I just need them to be more efficient, take it to the starting five every night, and I think we should come out with some good results. But otherwise, I don't see any concern. Just probably Fournier just a slight little bit with his defense, but otherwise, I think we good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think it's all about how fast Randle adjusts to Jalen Brunson being on the floor and taking over, not taking over ball handling duties. I don't want to say, but yeah, taking a lot of his usage down with the ball. Right. I think as long as he adjusts to that, how fast he adjusts to that, that's how we're going to start winning games. I think it's going to be a adjustment period, though. I don't really have that much faith in the beginning of the season because of that.
Got you. Geraldine McDiver, usually I'm not sure what part of North Carolina you're in, but I know we usually, those who live in that area will go to the Charlotte game.
Mm-hmm.
And I will probably be in Georgia at that time, so I may take the drive down. So stay tuned.
Oh, yeah, you better share with the class. Let us know, Queen. I'll drive down too.
Okay. No, we got Uncle Fulio down here. We got Uncle Fulio down here. You got myself down here. We got Divine down here. Mm-hmm. We got J Boogie in North Carolina also too. We got Uncle Freezy. Who else is down here? Oh God, what's his name? Rob the Nick. Yeah, he's about 30 minutes away from me. So when we got the Charlotte game, definitely Geraldine. You always welcome.
Yep.
Dope.
Celebrity Row.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our bench, and we'll do the same thing. Start with the centers, and we'll go down to the point guard. Isaiah Hartenstein last season with the Clippers, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, shot 62.6% from the field, 46.7% from three. I think just 30 attempts though. 68.9% from the free throw line. This preseason, 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Did not shoot well at all. 36.8% from the field, 27.3% from the 3-point line, 100% from the free throw line, and I'm pretty sure it's small. The volume, the number of shot attempts for free throws is probably pretty small. You buying or selling that, his preseason numbers will be better. Excuse me, his regular season numbers will be better than his preseason numbers, including the efficiency.
I think they'll all be better. I think the reason his field goal percentage was so bad is because he shot more threes than he probably should have been taking. I think he got a little 3-point happy, so to speak. So I think that'll kind of level off, and I think he's still trying to get used to the other Knicks and stuff like that. His rebounds were good. I don't imagine they'll stay there. Well, actually, they might stay there. They might. We could use the rebounding on the second team, especially since Obi's not like a super rebounder. Nothing wrong with that. 2 assists. Yeah, I think he does that. I think he maybe his points come up a little bit to maybe like 6 points, maybe 7, something like that. Nothing crazy. But I think his field goal percentage definitely comes up out of that 36.8. There's no way it stays there. And 3-pointer, probably like 33%.
This is his regular season from last season, right? So I don't know. I think it just depends on how many minutes he plays, because I don't know if he has the same role as he did with the Clippers. He might actually play a lot more minutes for us than he did for them last year. So I don't know. I think Hartenstein will be all right. I think the shooting numbers or the percentages are just him adjusting to a new team, new players. I'm more worried about his defense than his offense, because he's not a good defender at all.
Yeah.
At all. So I'm way more concerned about his defense than his offense. I'm not worried about offense.
How many minutes do you think what do you think his minutes will be this season coming up, if you had to guess?
Say if Mitch is, I don't know. I think if we have Mitch, under 30 still, say if Mitch do like 28, 29 minutes, maybe Hartenstein would get like a good 15. Good 15, 16. That'd be good for him. That's a nice little split.
Well, there's 48 minutes. If Mitch is getting 30, he's getting 18. If Mitch is getting under that, if Mitch is getting 28, that'll probably be 20.
So, but you don't expect, so you don't expect like Sims to get no burn at all, like straight situational. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't even play in the did he play in the Washington game?
He played at least.
Yeah.
I know one of the games I saw him.
I think he did, but not that many minutes though.
Yeah,
like 2 or 3 minutes. Same as with like Deuce didn't play like at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think I saw that as a prelude of things to come. When McBride got 2 minutes, and I don't even remember Sims, because I don't see Tibbs going over 10 players.
Yeah, true.
And in order to play to play Sims, you got to play 11. I just don't see that. So true. I see Mitch. I see a 28-20 split or a 30-18 split. Mitch has been averaging probably about 28 minutes since he's been over the past few seasons, about 20 minutes. Maybe it goes up to 30. He's coming in. He's in shape. He's playing much better defensively. Maybe it gets to 30. So I see 18. I mean, what I like about Hartenstein is he brings a different dimension to our second unit. So people are saying he's a backup. That's obvious. He's a backup. He's gonna play backup to Mitch, but he brings a different element. So when you look at our centers, they both have pluses and minuses, right? Mitch doesn't score. Mitch is not gonna shoot a 15-footer, a 5-footer. He's not gonna post up. So he's gonna give you what he can defensively. And I think at this point we've come to accept that from Mitch. I think we've kind of given up on the 3-point shot, the hook shot, the post up. This is what he does. Lean into it, do it well, right? And that's the same thing for Hartenstein. What does he do well? Just do that, right?
Right.
Don't do anything else. He's a really good rebounder. Like his rebounding rate is high for the minutes that he gets. He's a very good playmaker. He has good vision, right? And he'll hit a three or take a three to keep him honest. Don't expect more than that. You know what I mean? He's not going to be that active defender that Mitch was. But in his minutes, he brings a different element. And I like that. I like when, the game, when they were pretty much running the offense through him for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, however, long they did it. I liked how that looked for the Knicks. It gave our offense something different. Rose wasn't in that game. The only other option was to run the offense through IQ. And if I had to choose, I would prefer to run it through Hartenstein. Yep. But anyway, are you buying or selling that these are going to be his stats in his 18 to 20 minutes?
Oh, 18 to 20 minutes. Well, he plays 20.
16. Maybe Mitch plays 32 and he plays 16.
Right. Well, I'll take if he's playing 16, 20 minutes, I'll take 8 and 5. His rebounds need to go up a little bit if he's going to play around 20 minutes. I would expect him to get around the 7 or 8 mark if he's playing that many minutes, hopefully. But other than that, I'm okay with the shooting splits. The shooting splits is fine except for the free throws. In the regular season, I want him to be more than 70 because he can hit them. But other than that, yeah, I'll buy if he's going to play that many minutes. Definitely buy.
Well, let's backtrack. How many minutes you think Mitch is going to get more than 32? You think Mitch is getting 34 minutes?
No, see, I was just thinking that, Sims would get more, but then when you said that Tibbs is not going to play 11 or 12 players, then that makes sense also. I didn't really calculate that, they have to equal up to 48 minutes. I thought Sims was going to steal a couple minutes here and there. But yeah, if Mitch is going to do, 30 and have Isaiah Hartenstein do 18, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Stafford?
Hartenstein. Tough. I mean, 8 points last year, 4 points in the preseason. You know what? I'm in between, man. I'm in between with this guy because any given night he could probably give you 10 points, and then they may have some nights where he give you a regular preseason 5. Definitely his I think his rebounds might stay the same. He's a willing passer, so I'm thinking that might go up probably 2. Field goal percentage went down a lot, which is 36.8 from 62.6 last year. I think that may go up slightly because he may look to be more shooting on the perimeter as much as probably inside, and he may occasionally do a little hook jump shot in the middle of the key. So and then his 3-point field goals, I think that may jump up to at least about 35. I probably may be pushing it a little bit. His free throws probably may be the same from last year. Probably may go up to about 70%. So I'm really kind of 50-50 with Hartenstein. Just because one of the main factors is he does a lot of silly fouls and unnecessary fouls. And sometimes he can make wrong decisions. But I say it's 50-50, man, because I haven't seen him a lot. as an NBA player, even on the Clippers last year, because I never used to watch a Clippers game that much, so I don't really know about him like that. But from what I've seen, he could shoot the three. He's not really a good defender, but I think he could hold his own at least about 1 or 2 blocks a game, maybe. So I'm 50-50 on Hartenstein. Yeah, I'm even with him. So I mean,
I think he averaged like 1.2 blocks in his limited minutes last season.
Right. So I don't know what to expect from him. So I'm just go an even slate with him.
Okay. All right. Let's see what the chat is saying. Geraldine MacGyver, Steph, he can pass and he can shoot the three. Yes, he can. Anthony Grant, iHeart has to play under control. Stop fouling so much. His foul rate is definitely up. I wonder if they're asking him to do well. His foul rate was up and was high in with the Clippers as well. Keith Turner, Hartenstein is kind of slow for me. Kerry Cox, Hartenstein fouls a lot. Canal Van Lawyer, I don't need him to play 20, 12 to 18 max. You may get your wish with that. The coolest 718, Hartenstein will average between 10 to 12 minutes. I don't see Mitch playing 36 minutes. I mean, for him to get 12 minutes, I mean, Mitch would have to play 36 because I don't think Tibbs is going to play 11 guys where Sims is going to come in and get minutes. Or I should say I would be surprised if he does that. Kerry Cox, yeah, I was disappointed with Hartenstein defense.
I was a little too in the last couple of games. It's like he came down.
Right.
A nice little high. I was like, oh, okay. But, if he is as foul prone as he's shown to be in the preseason, then we will get more Jericho Sims. Yeah.
Right. If both of them are in foul trouble, absolutely. I definitely see that. Anything else on Hartenstein before we move on? All right. Let's talk about Obi Toppin. Last season, 9 points, 3.7 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 53% from the field, 30.8% from three-point line, 75%, about 76% from the free throw line. This preseason, 11.5 points, 3.8 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 53.8% from the field. Pretty much the same. 23.5% from the free throw line and 0%. I don't know if he didn't go through the free throw line.
He didn't shoot any. He didn't shoot any, and they just gave him a 0. I looked at that earlier too. Okay. It was weird. Someone else on the Knicks had the same issue. I don't remember who it was.
Right. Yeah. Thoughts on Obi Toppin? Are you buying it or selling that he's going to have a better season than last year and that he's going to get more minutes than he did last season?
See, you made it a more difficult question with the latter part.
All right. Just take one. You don't have to take both.
I'm gonna do both though. I'm overachiever over here, right? That said, I think he's gonna steal a few more minutes from Randle than he has in the past. Not a ton, guys. I'm talking about like maybe 1 to 2 more minutes per game. And so due to that, I think his numbers they'll probably be right in line as they were with the preseason, with the 11.5 points per game, maybe closer to 12, I'd say maybe 12 points per game, 4 rebounds. The assists will still be in line. Obviously, the field goal percentage isn't going to change too much. I imagine his 3-point shot will come up. He did shoot kind of spotty in the preseason. He had one really great game and then one okay game, and the other 2 were kind of not ideal as far as three-pointers go. But we've seen that he's added things to his game. We see that he's a better defender. So those are reasons why he's going to be on the floor just a little bit more for Tibbs, because he at least knows he can trust him on the defensive end. And if he can shoot, then that's going to automatically make his numbers a little bit higher, right? If he can make those 3-pointers by default. So I think I'm buying from Obi, and I hope he continues growing his game as he already has, and that he can do it in the regular season.
Okay. Gerald, you muted.
Yeah.
My bad. The question is am I buying that his numbers are going to be better than last season? That's tough, man. Because I don't want to do push like Tsunami tried to do before. No pushes. So I guess I'll buy. Simply because he'll be more efficient. When we talk about Obi getting minutes, I don't know where they're coming from. Y'all don't want him to play the 3. Tibbs don't want him to play the 5. Randle is supposed to play less minutes, but his usage rate is supposed to go down. I don't know how that's going to work for people. So yeah, I don't see Randle actually playing that many less minutes, if any. So unless Obi plays a different position, then he's going to play the same amount of minutes he played last year. And other than him being more efficient, his numbers are going to stay the same. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see more minutes. Listen, he averaged about in preseason, he averaged 17 points, 17 minutes a game, 17 to 18 minutes a game. The last game when they were playing it more like a regular season game in terms of rotations, he played the minute Randle didn't play. So I'm not really seeing a lot of change. I think unless they're going to play both of them together, I don't really see the increased minutes. To Tsunami, the piggyback off Tsunami, his skill set has improved, but now it's about doing it more consistently, and that takes time. Look at RJ Barrett.
Right.
Like RJ Barrett, I think, is at the point where you can say this is who he is, right? But in year 2, he flashed some of this, just wasn't consistent. In year 3, after the I don't know if it was the All-Star break, after Christmas, whatever, you saw more of it. January. Now, what you see with RJ Barrett, it seems like this is who he is. Obi has flashed some things in the preseason, but you got to get to the point where you get proficient at it, and that's just who you are. He had that one game where he shot 4 from 7 for the 3-point line. Every other game, he was 0 for whatever, however many shots, 0 for 4, 0 for 3. If he's going to command more time, it's going to be 2 things. His defense is going to be better, which it has been. His defense has been better. His team defense has been better. And you got to hit the 3. Because if you're not hitting the 3, you're not a help in the half court game, because it's not like you have another go-to move. Randle is not great in the half court game either, but he can score in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
For Obi Toppin, that 3-point shot, which he has, just have to get more consistent with it.
Right. My thing is definitely with the minutes. I don't know why people think Julius Randle is going to play less minutes, man. Like, he's actually in more shape, and his usage rate is going to go way down because of Brunson. Why is he playing less minutes? Like, he played almost 36 minutes last year. Like, if you're playing over 35 minutes, he's not going to be playing like 29, 28 minutes just to give Obi some burn. That's not going to happen.
Well, this is the thing.
I was saying like 2 more minutes a game for Obi. Nothing radical, but I feel you.
The only reason why I'll push back on that a little bit, Jarrell, is because we want Randle to be fresh, right? Down in the 4th quarter. And Tibbs is a guy, he loves playing Randle over the minutes last year. That's why you see Randle come out in the 4th quarter, he's looking kind of sluggish. So that's why I have to kind of agree with Tsunami. It's going to be, I think Obi's going to get a couple more minutes more.
But for to keep Randle fresh, isn't having Brunson on the floor doing that?
Because he doesn't have to handle a ball as much, you're saying?
Yeah. And he's in better shape than he was last year.
That's ball handler. We talking about minutes. Right, we're not talking about ball handling. We're talking about minutes. Because if you remember, Randle led the league, and him and RJ led the lead in minutes last year, back to back. Right, and that's how come sometimes we couldn't close some of the games because these guys were tired. So I'm saying to you, because I even said Stephen Queen on one of the shows, if we could cut back Randle minutes to at least 30, 28, that would be good. Now back to Obi now. I think his points will be like around 11, 12. I see a little jump in there, right? But he has to hit the
3-point shot though. That's what
I was just about to say. He has to hit the 3, right? Yeah. He can't run out in transition all the time. He has to stay back and at least rebound the ball some more. So I'm looking for him to improve him that at least 5 rebounds. The assists may be the same. The field goals may be the same. His 3-point shot. Oh, boy. I'm gonna leave it as the same also too. And I don't really see him shoot free throws like that. Is it just me or
he doesn't get fouled?
Or am I bugging?
He doesn't go strong to the hole to get fouled. So
right. So so that's a stat that I don't know, right? But I do see Obi. I am buying the Obi factor. It may be a surprise to a lot of people, but just because what Queen said also too, he hasn't improved on his defense, right? And he has to hit the 3. So those 2 factors are the big factors for me saying that how I'm gonna buy him, and his points is gonna be at least around 11, 12.
If he's hitting the 3, because this is the thing, you got to give the coach a reason to bring Randle's minutes down. Right. If you go in a game, you rebounding, you're playing defense, you hitting the 3, why not? Why not? I'm not losing much.
Well, that's one of my reasons. I think that's one of my reasons why I think Thibodeau is going to at least decrease his minutes a little bit, just for him to be fresh in the 4th quarter. Right, him, RJ, and Brunson to take it home for us, right? And Obi is going to have to come in and sustain whatever he does, whether it be in transition, whether it be rebounding, right? Or hopefully he could hit the open 3. That way he could keep Randle fresh and bring him in. So I gotta agree with Tsunami. Just 2 or 3 minutes stealing from Randle a little bit. But Jarrell, I do agree with you, right? He's going to play the majority of minutes, but in just my opinion, I think it's just to keep him fresh.
I think what he's saying is that if you're not handling the ball, if you're not bringing the ball up and down the court, that's going to help you be fresh too.
Right.
Right. If you're not handling the ball as much and have to bring the ball up every single time down the court, that's going to make you be fresh, and you don't have the responsibility of facilitating the offense. That should help you be fresh as well. To me, if Obi is not rebounding, how can you give Mitch is not a good defensive rebounder. Obi is not a good defensive rebounder. Randle is. Forget the scoring part. So I feel if Obi wants to steal more minutes, I think he has to rebound a little better. His team defense is better. Like, he's aware. He knows where his guy is. He could keep track of his guy and what's going on. He came over. He got a good block. His defense is better. But that rebounding and that 3-point shot, if you want more minutes, those 2 things have to improve. All right. This is what the chat is saying. Keith Turner, Randle minutes ain't being cut. It's not happening. Okay.
Okay. The okay took me out.
Right.
Right to the point.
Canal Band Lawyer, 30 and 18, Randle, Obi.
That's 5. That's a 5-minute cut.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Obi playing the 3 on the second team. Listen, there are minutes to be had behind.
They don't want that,
They
Kerry
don't. I
Cox.
know. Yeah, I
I
know.
said that and I got yelled at. They don't want
Well,
that. They don't want that.
that was Staffa that yelled at you, though, right?
Nah, he
But
wasn't the only one. There's people in the chat, like they was talking very loudly. They was typing. I heard them type.
They were typing loudly.
Yeah, they was yelling at me in the chat too when I said that. It was not just that.
there was
It was a lot of people.
at the three.
That's what
Grimes
they
is
are.
not healthy. Reddish, is not playing well. There are minutes at the three available. I just don't think we have anybody that could take those minutes. Keep Turner, Randle playing at least 30 minutes a game. I don't see how Obi gets more minutes. Well, if he's playing 30, Obi get 18.
Yes.
That's more minutes.
Yeah.
What I was just gonna say was Randall was averaging 35.7. Is that what I saw? Is that right? So if you think about it, what my qualm was with Tibbs for like the majority of last year is what he was doing. He would play Randall the entire first quarter. If he doesn't do that and he takes him out the last 2 minutes, that's just 2 easy minutes that Randall could rest. That's it. Obi gets those 2 minutes. That's it. Just 2.
Word. You're
That's
gonna stop
all.
arguing by making sense. Like we all none of us want Randall to play a whole first.
Right. I mean, starters out. He put the starters out. It was a little different. I didn't see the starters playing the whole first quarter. I think they came.
It was just Randall. It was just Randall. He would stagger everybody else but Randall.
I think
Randall would be the last one to come out.
I think all of Tibbs' rotations was all fool's gold in the preseason. We're not going to find out until tomorrow.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
The top 10 players are gonna play. Period.
That's it. Yeah, I agree with that.
The McBride,
the top 10.
Huh?
I said Obi's one of those top 10.
Yeah, Obi's gonna play. Those guys are gonna play. No doubt about it. Man, child, I'll put money on it. That's not gonna be the split. 20.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steph. We won't put that low.
Right there. Either one of them.
Yeah. Okay, there's a lot of noise. All right. Let me see. Okay, there we go. All right. Anything else on Obi Toppin? And he's cleared to play tomorrow, correct?
I heard he should be good to go. He practiced, if I recall correctly.
I think so.
It was just Grimes that didn't practice.
You're right, the coolest 718. Randall's minutes were down.
This is the preseason.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to. Let me start with Grimes. All right. Let me read the stats.
Hey, yo,
this is disrespectful, Queen.
Why you put that column up there like
that? It was just one game, though. It's just one game.
That column is nasty.
It's just one game.
But you still.
He's been injured, and it's just one game.
Yeah.
But last season, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 40%. Another one did not shoot well. Shot well prior injury, after the injury, but altogether 40.4%, 38% from 3, 68.4% from the free throw line. And we don't even have to read the preseason. Basically, he was injured. So this is the question I have about Grimes.
Yo, his arm. All right, go ahead. His right arm.
At this point, I know.
Go ahead.
At this point, is it just a little too much hype about Grimes?
Man.
He averaged 6 points, 6 points. They kept him out of the trade. Now, I don't know if that was because of him per se, or they weren't going to give up him and RJ, but still, he was somebody they wanted to keep in trade talks.
Mm-hmm.
Right from the beginning, him and Fournier are not Fournier and Grimes, not Fournier and IQ. Fournier and Quentin Grimes, they're battling for the spot. I went to the open practice. 5 players had on the blue jersey, and Grimes had on a blue jersey. Like, why you got on a blue jersey? So there was 6 blue jerseys, 5 whites, 5 greens, or whatever. And I'm like, I didn't understand why he didn't have on a second team jersey. He had on a first team jersey. So what's the hype? Talk to me. Is it just too much hype? Are you buying or selling that there's too much hype around Grimes and he needs to just back it up a little bit, and the Knicks need to bring it down a little bit and just let him earn his keep?
I am not buying, I am not selling anything. I am definitely on that Grimes train. Okay, and it's not overhyped. Even though he scored 6 points, he is still a valuable asset to this team as far as three-point shooting and his perimeter defense. And I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Ian Begley said, regardless of the fact, if he wasn't injured, he would have been competing for that starting 2 guard position. And when he comes back, he will be in the rotation. So I don't think it's a hype. He earned his spot. I don't think the Knicks need to tone it down. You know what I mean? Because he did what he had to do to prove himself. What else do you want the kid to do, right? So as moving forward, when he gets healthy, I expect him to move not too much in points. Let's say about 8.9, 8.5 around there. All right, gradually increase his rebounds. I expect that to go up also too, because he was rebounding the ball when he was in summer league. His assists, trying to be a playmaker, he was doing that in summer league. And his 3-point field goal, I think that's going to probably go up probably 2%. He's going to probably might be a 40. I may be over-exaggerating on that one a little bit, right? But I don't think it's too hype. I think he has earned what he has done is all by merit, as the coach has says, and I don't think it's a hype. I'm definitely on that Grimes train.
But how did he earn? Like, how many? I don't have the minutes here. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I like Grimes. I'm a Grimes fan. I see that he can shoot that he plays good defense. I'm just saying the way the organization is handling him is like he came out last season and dropped 20 points a game. To me, I just feel like, why is he not earning his keep like Obi has to earn his keep? Like IQ has to. Well, IQ has been gifted a little bit as well. Yeah. IQ is gifted a little bit as well. I see the potential in him. I'm just saying that him having on a first team jersey when you injured, you still got on the first team. Like, I just feel like they see something in him and they're investing in him a little bit more than what he's produced thus far. Maybe not a little bit more than what they're seeing in practice, but a little bit more than what he's produced so far.
I think Queen is the upside of what they seen in summer league. Him being the second runner up to be the MVP, him putting the ball going to the hole, he improving his game. You understand? So that's why I feel like they invested him in not to put him in the trade, because they see an upside in him that he could I will buy upside. Right. And when you a gym rat, Tibbs love that. And he works hard. You hear Tibbs say, I think he's one of the other working hardest guys, just like, I think it was somebody else he mentioned. Right? Okay. One of them, I'm not sure. But I think he said Grimes was second, right? No, to Randle, I think he said. Right? The work ethic. I think he's either the work ethic better than Randle or just as close as Randle or something like that. But the kid's a baller. From Kansas to Houston, had to prove himself. I think himself didn't believe in him. Then Sampson gave him a chance, and he did his thing in Houston. And we took him, I think, at 25 or something like that. I'm not sure in the draft. So I mean,
well, listen, baller is a bit strong, but I will say that Tibbs picks his guys that he's going to invest in and give them minutes beyond their production, right? IQ was one of those guys because for whatever season that was last season, he did not play well for a good portion of that season. He kept running out there with the same minutes, right? And I think Grimes is another one of those guys where it's the upside, what they're seeing in practice, what they saw in summer league, the upside that they're gonna give him these minutes, have him competing for the starting shooting guard position. To me, I just think that's a bit premature, but but we shall see. And now he's hurt. Last season he was hurt. Now he's hurt. He's looking like Noel. Come back for one game, and then the next he's out for another 2 games. Yeah. Anyway, we will see. Let's see what the chat is saying. Anybody else want to say something about Grimes?
I just wanted to say this. The fact that he's wearing that blue jersey, I wonder if that was just to kind of troll Knicks fans since it was the only open practice we had. So yeah, I bet, because that's the only one that we saw it. So they're like, you know what? Let's give these Knicks fans something to look for, cheer for, whatever. Just because they know that what did they say, that the internet sleuths and all that stuff as far as Knicks fans and all that. So that's what I think it is personally. I don't like that he hasn't played though. I'm not trying to be too negative about it, but I'm worried. Again, as a person that has plantar fasciitis and I've been dealing with it, I'm like, what's your foot injury? What's taking you this long to recover? Because if it is what I have, it takes a while. So they're not putting a name to it. They're just saying foot soreness. What is that? This is for going on for 3 weeks. But he looked decent when he played. I know the stats don't indicate it there. But
when you say
12 minutes, and he only played 12 minutes in the game.
I think he played 16 minutes, and he pretty much just ran suicides all 16 minutes.
And his foot hurt right after. That's plantar fascia.
He's not playing tomorrow.
Yeah. They ruled him out because he has more foot soreness after that game. That is a concern. I'm not again, I'm not a negative person when it comes to sports. I'm not. But that does really worry me. We get on other players for being hurt for weeks and stuff. Keep that same energy.
Right.
That's all I think Grimes is the way our fans and our organizations talk about Grimes, he's definitely overrated. I like his game too, but he hasn't proven anything yet. To compare him, people are calling him like Klay Thompson and Allen Houston. If you actually looked at them, how they came into the league and what they did when they came into the league, that is disrespectful to both of those players. Especially when Grimes only averaged 6 points last year. So let him get above, at least double digits, and just let him cook a little bit. Let him simmer. I don't know why people think that Quentin Grimes is supposed to be our starting 2 guard. He is not a better basketball player than Evan Fournier right now.
What?
No, he's not. Not at all. Not at all. He played 16 minutes last game. He played 16 minutes and looked at that second column.
Right. You gotta take into consideration experience as well and being around. It's not that's
the only thing though, Queen, is experience from Fournier.
And the shooting.
But Joel just said he's better.
He is.
That Fournier is better than Grimes? That's what you just said?
Right now he is. I would agree. Now.
And on offense, he's better. Evan Fournier is better on offense in everything. Now, you can say that Quentin Grimes is definitely a better defender. Yeah, I'll give you that. But what is Quentin Grimes better than on offense? He's not a better shooter than Evan Fournier.
I will give you the shooter, but overall, basketball playing, in my opinion, I'm going with Grimes.
He's not a better ball handler. He's not a better passer or shooter. He's a better defender, and that's it.
He put the ball on the floor. At least we haven't seen it yet. He put the ball on the floor one time in the preseason game he played, and he looked pretty good. He looked pretty quick too. But I think all I'm saying is it's too early.
Yeah, it's just too early.
He very well may be a better player than Fournier when it's all done, but you can't take somebody who's been in the league 15 minutes,
right,
and say he's a. If you want to say he's a better defender, if you want to say that I think down the line he's going to surpass Fournier, What has he done? What?
Nothing.
All right. Watch this. Queen, and you and all said it too. Once you see Tibbs is not satisfied with his defense,
He will change.
especially with Fournier, what did you say? He's going to make a change, right?
Make a change.
And who is going to be in that? Who you think going to come in that lineup?
We don't know.
We don't know.
No. You know it's going to be Grimes. You know it's going to be Grimes.
Are you not concerned that Grimes hasn't been healthy? How could you say it's going to be Grimes? He has yet to play.
No. I am concerned with his foot, right? And just as Tsunami said, it's been going on for 3 weeks. I'm definitely concerned about that. Okay, I don't want him to be another Cam. Definitely not another Cam, right? But at the same
Cam
time,
was just chilling at home before he took that shot.
At the same time, all off season, all preseason, even before we know about the foot injury, we've been calling for Grimes to be starting at the 2 guard, except for Jarrell.
No, we have not.
Except for Jarrell.
No,
except for Jarrell. But you got the great Alan Hahn. You got other NBA aficionados that was saying that how Grimes fit that mold.
Steph don't think that he should start
just because he had that foot injury, okay, doesn't mean that he can't steal that position from Fournier.
He hurt his knee last year also.
Right. But Stafford, he can. What I'm saying is, I don't understand the push at this point when he played 30 games last season, got injured, coming in injured. I don't understand what's the push. What are you saying? Bide your time. Earn your keep. That's all I'm saying. I just see. I feel like it's a rush.
It's not us. It's not us though. It's him showing his game in summer league, and it's Tibbs believing in him. Right? I understand where you coming from. What's the push? What's the rush? What's all the hype about? But it's something that they've been seeing in practice, Queen. We not there every day to see what's going on. No.
That was my first question. It wasn't even about us as fans. It was about Tibbs.
Right.
It was about the organization. Because remember, I mentioned them not wanting to put him in trade talk. So that's my question. Like, what is it about him? He must be El Flamo or Fuego, whatever it is. In practice, he must be killing.
It might be also too. We might be looking to get rid of Fournier, and he might be the upcoming 2 guard of the future. That's another point I could say.
But if that's the case, he's still overrated, though.
At this point,
that's your opinion, Jarrell. Other people don't think he's overrated.
Ajay, you
cool.
on?
That's cool. Like you mentioned Alan Hahn, right? Like if Alan Hahn was on the show, I'll tell him to his face Quentin Grimes shouldn't start over Evan Fournier. And Tibbs don't think he should start over him either.
I want to chime in on this.
Yeah.
Salute, guys. I didn't know I was on. This is Ajay. I just realized I was on. So salute to Queen Staff, Tsunami, Jarrell, and Staffordon, and the chat, the entire Knicks universe. We ready to roll. We ready to go tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Excited. Everything's lining up to be good, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So the Quentin Grimes, Evan Fournier, guys, listen, I love Quentin Grimes and all that good stuff, but right now there's no data, no stats that suggest that Quentin Grimes is better than Fournier.
We got another one.
There's none. There's no numbers that suggest that Quentin Grimes, if you're Tibbs, if you're the organization, Evan Fournier is a better pick at this moment. Not that Quentin Grimes is not going to be better. He probably will be better. But right now, Evan Fournier is proven better than Quentin Grimes.
Proven also. Because he has a nice stroke, Quentin Grimes, and in the limited, time that we saw him prior to the injury, he was knocking him down at a pretty good clip. But what's the sample size? Right.
Exactly.
28 sample size is forever.
Right.
And
10 years.
And in that small sample size, he still didn't shoot better than Evan Fournier.
Right. Okay.
Like even in the sample size that he gave us, he's still not a better shooter.
And you know, there's no, it just doesn't exist. The statistics are not there. You know, if you're Thibodeau, you will go with Evan Fournier. It just makes sense. I'm sorry, Evan. You know, Quentin Grimes, in my opinion, will probably in 5 years he'll be better. But right now, it makes
5
sense to go
years?
with it.
And we keep on talking about like
Yes.
Evan Fournier, like Grimes backing up Evan Fournier, like IQ isn't on the team.
Oh
But
my
that was my concern, like how it just became.
Jarrell, don't get me IQ.
How it-
I'm very annoyed with IQ with the
Yeah, we're
preseason.
gonna get.
Yeah,
we're gonna,
me too.
We're gonna get the oh my
We're
god.
gonna
He gonna
get
get these. He gonna get these bars too. We just ain't get to him yet.
All right, I'm glad we get there because I really want to chime in on him.
Yeah, let's see what the chat, you know, is saying about Grimes. And I appreciate you guys, you know, rocking with us. It's 11:11. Appreciate
Told you
you.
after 11 o'clock what happened, right?
Nick G
Crazy.
2K1. What has Grimes done? Come on. Keith Turner. Tibbs ain't starting Grimes over Fournier. Manchild. I know Grimes hasn't done anything yet, but the potential is there. I agree.
I agree with that too.
I agree.
I agree too.
I think, and maybe by the end of the season, you know, he might be the starter. You know, maybe by the end of the season, you know, maybe he is the starter. I'm just saying, shoot a few more shots, like get a few more games under your belt. Let us see what you do against different competition. That's all I'm saying.
Queen.
I just think if he was healthy and it was a clear competition, I don't know where he would have go.
Stafford,
But
that's a lot.
at the same time, I think Quentin Grimes would have got that edge.
I mean, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. But that's fair. Both of them was healthy, and we could see Grimes out there killing and playing defense. You know, then that's different. But we talking about a guy that had on a blue jersey at the practice.
And to me, it really.
Why is it a big deal that he had on a blue jersey?
Because he's not a
Suppose
starter.
he had on an orange jersey.
No, listen. This is why it's a big deal. They have 5 players with blue jerseys. You had to go out of your way to give them a blue jersey. You know what I mean? They already had 5 players with blue. Like, to me, when you went to that open practice and you saw the jerseys that people was wearing, players was wearing, it told you right away visually where they were slotted.
Yeah.
It showed you visually. Sims had on a green jersey, situational. McBride had on that green jersey, situational. The only reason Cam had on the white jersey because Randle sat out that practice, so Obi moved up with the blue shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So that moved Cam'd up into the second unit. Grimes could have easily had on a white jersey. Second team,
one anyway.
they had their 5. He had on a blue jersey. So that's telling me that the organization is already seeing him as a starter or right in there with Fournier. And I'm just asking the question of the organization, not of you, staff, or not of the other fans.
Right.
The organization, like.
And they gave him that blue jersey, right?
Like,
to me, it was a little weird how.
Ain't earning your keep.
Right. And to me, it was a little weird how. Why did he even play against Washington? And he played a lot. He played 16 minutes against Washington, and he scored 0 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. So I'm not saying that he's, that bad because I actually like Quentin Grimes. To me, the fact that he's not playing tomorrow, he shouldn't have played against Washington, and he played 16 minutes.
Maybe they thought he was healthy though, and he had a setback.
I mean, for him to be healthy playing 16 minutes, you see that second column? That's weird. Like, Quentin Grimes ain't bad. Like, we talk about Quentin Grimes versus Cam all the time, but I would never say that he's going to get 0, 1, and 1 in 16 minutes. That means he was just running suicide.
I think he took 2 shots, so he chose not to take more shots. I mean, that's essentially what we could look at.
16 minutes,
that he was not aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not making a big deal out of the one preseason game he played. I just think he was just rusty, rusty, what have you.
He shouldn't have played though.
Because that 16 minutes, I don't know. To me, that 16 minutes is indicative of what he's actually going to play in the regular season. Remember, we was talking about how
Yeah.
this was a dress rehearsal. Like, he's going to get that 16 minutes. So he didn't look that good. And I think it's maybe because of his foot. Like, I don't think he's healthy. Like, it didn't really make any sense for him to play that much.
Yeah, I probably let me troll Stafford. I probably should have had a Cam Reddish slide up here instead of a Grimes slide.
Right.
Reddish didn't put in more work in the preseason.
Yeah, he didn't. He put in more than 0, 1, and 1.
Oh, please.
You didn't make a slide for my guy.
I didn't make.
Why should we make a slide for him? He don't even make the rotation.
And plus, I
because
think we should.
slide for Grimes.
Grimes.
I personally think as long as Grimes got that 0, 1, 1 up there, I think we should cease the Grimes Cam conversation because I don't think we should argue about two players that aren't good.
Ooh.
Neither one of them look good so
Oh.
far.
Listen, your player is not good. Your player that you look at Duke, who you live up in North Carolina or wherever you say you live at. You looked at him since high school and whatnot.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I don't live out there.
Yeah, that's your player.
All right,
Okay?
let's move on for Grimes. We
He's a
didn't.
dick. We all
Right.
should love him.
We made 16 minutes and we didn't talk too much.
Right.
We
The
talk
0,
about him.
1, and 1. We didn't talk about
We
Grimes for
talk about him
45
more
minutes.
than he played.
Right,
More
right.
minutes than he played.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We
Right
arguing
at
about
you.
two players that aren't really
Right.
that good, man. Like,
Right.
speaking of this dude.
Man,
I'm gonna just take a back seat on this one. I know y'all got a
my
lot to
God,
say.
yo.
Yo,
about
IQ pissing me off, man. I'm not
That's
gonna
why I'm
lie.
gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
Man,
Go
Joel,
off,
me and you
Joel.
both. Me and you both, man.
so let's
Yeah, I'm
read
about to say,
that.
let Steph ask her question. She might not even ask about what I wanted to talk about.
No, whatever you want to talk
Doubt
about
it.
is fine. So IQ 11 points. This is last season. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists. Shot 39.2% from the field, 34.6% from 3-point line, 88% from the free throw line. In preseason, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Pretty on par. 34% from the field, 31.6% from the free throw line. Only 72.7% from the free throw line.
That ain't normal.
Do you think he's gonna have well, you know what? Forget do you think he's gonna have a better season than he had last season?
Before the preseason started, I was all on the IQ train. Like Stafford said, he was on the Grimes train. What I've seen so far, IQ, I don't know, man. He don't look good at all to me. Like, he looks the same or even worse than he did last year. So I don't know if it's a comfortability thing, but I don't think he shouldn't be uncomfortable at all for any reason. His role didn't change. You can still tell that he hasn't, he's not a point guard. He's never going to be one. He's just going to be a small 2.
Yep.
And his shot selection is still terrible.
Oh.
And when he does go to the hole, them little weak floaters ain't the same no more. Like, it ain't cute no more, man. Like, this is your third season.
Damn.
Like, you have to improve in some ways other than one thing he did improve is his defense. I do like IQ being a defender now, especially in the second unit. I think he's a good defensive point guard in the second unit because at first I didn't think he was a good defender when he first came into the league. But offensively, he's either exactly the same or even worse than he was when he got to the league. Like, he don't look like a good basketball player.
Wow.
To me.
Guys,
He didn't look good at all.
In preseason.
In preseason. Like, last year, he did have flashes, obviously. But I'm talking about in the 4 games that we saw, these past 4 games. He didn't look good at all to me.
So remember this past season when Thibodeau said Alec Burks was his best option at point guard, and we wanted his head.
Unfortunately,
everybody was pissed off because we wanted IQ to give IQ a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we saw in the preseason, that's what Tibbs been seeing in practice. IQ is not a point guard. He's not good. He cannot control the flow of the game. He's not capable of doing that. In those preseason games, that's what I saw. He doesn't have it. Like Joel, like you just said, he's probably a 2. He's at best, he's a 2 guard. He just doesn't have it.
I want to know why he regressed though, because he didn't look this indecisive
Right.
unless he, in the last couple of months of the season last year. Basically, his game, his point guard skills or whatever, or his willingness, I guess we can say, and his decision making improved from the All-Star game on. So for him to come in the preseason like this is odd to me. I think he's slumping as far as the shooting is going. So the preseason numbers mean nothing to me, shooting wise. That'll improve. Free throws, especially. I'm not worried about a 72.7%. That's nothing.
Right.
But as far as him leading the team as a point guard, it's I don't know. Something is amiss with him right now. I don't know if he's, I don't want to say discouraged because that's not the right word, but I don't know if he's put off a little bit by Derrick Rose being on the team. Yes, sir.
Whoever he paid to train him in the offseason, he should get his money back. He should sue that person and sue that trainer and get his money back.
What's the charge? We can go sue him.
Because he regressed. He really did.
He did though. It doesn't make any sense in that aspect. I know he had a lot of it is.
What would you say in his game that he has regressed? I'm just curious.
Everything, his decision making, his shot selection,
well, his timing. Both of those.
He's completely unaware of the 24 seconds. He has no idea.
Yeah, it got worse, Stafford.
He bounced the air out of the ball. I mean, literally.
Yeah, he wasn't doing this before.
And then he finally passed the ball with 2-3 seconds left on shot clock. And then whoever he gives the ball to doesn't do anything. And then we blame the other person. No, the problem is IQ. It's not Cam Reddish who couldn't do anything with it with 3 seconds left.
Whole other story. But this is the question, because Tsunami brings up a good point. Tsunami brings up a good point. Is this IQ, or is he just struggling in the preseason? Because last season, you did see him
start off slow,
run the offense better. I saw times when he was patient. He did a good job of picking when he was going to shoot, when he was going to pass it, playmaking. But I just think that because it's not natural, it's easy for him to revert back to the other way because it's just not natural. He has to be very conscious of, when something is not a habit, you got to be conscious of it. You got to talk to yourself, before Steph, when you get on this show, don't lose your ish when they start talking about, you gotta talk to yourself. So that's I don't think it's natural for him. So my question is roundabout. Is this who IQ is, or is he just struggling in the preseason?
It's been 3 years, man.
I hope it's the latter.
I'm thinking I want to believe that he's just struggling in the preseason and he will find his way, because we have still seen flashes of brilliance at times last year. So I can't just say that this is him forever, but we still did see it, and he did it for a nice long stretch last year. We can't dismiss it. I don't know. That's what I was trying to say earlier, as far as Derrick Rose being on the team, or being back in a prominent role. It's like that affected him a little bit. They can work that out. I don't believe he's going to be permanently this bad. Even his rookie season, he wasn't this bad as far as his shot selection and his decision making and dribbling the crap out of the damn ball. He was not this bad. Not this bad. He was really bad the preseason.
He looked bad.
He
looked like a bum. I ain't gonna lie.
He did.
If I would have saw him for the first time, I would have thought he was a bum.
But let's
he
say
looked
this.
Completely out of place sometimes on the floor.
But yeah, let's say this though. His floater, right? His floater is something that's damn near automatic, right? At least it was for a good while last year and parts of his rookie year, right? If that's not going for him, then it's almost like the game is completely out of control for him. If he can't hit the floater, he's like, well, what the hell do I do now? Damn near. So he just
I'm gonna just launch these threes.
That's why Joel said his floater is not cute no more.
It was funny. I thought it was funny too.
Well, you know what? I think the more you play, like Geraldine said, for the most part, he is what he is. I think the more you play, the more seasons you play in the NBA, the more you kind of get a sense of who a player is. I'm not saying that IQ is a bad player.
Mhm.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be on the team. I'm not saying we should reduce his minutes. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying as the playmaker, point guard, I just think that that's just not the role in which he feels most comfortable. Now, he will probably tell you otherwise because he said, I'm a point guard. But figuring out from that point, especially if you're a scoring point guard, figuring out, see, this is the difference. Dame is a scoring point guard, but Dame has the super green light. If he decides that he's going to shoot 20 shots in a row and he's not going to pass the ball, so what?
Yep.
I'm the man on this team. You know what I mean? IQ got that same mentality.
He does.
But this is not your team. You're playing a role.
He ain't Dame.
Right. You're playing a role. So you can't be like, I'm going to go for mine and y'all just going to have to wait till I feel like passing it. Nah. That's not the role on this team. Unless they move him, to that shooting guard position.
I mean, and one other thing is he's making himself difficult to play with for others. I'm not even just talking about Cam here. Other players on the team looked, I won't say upset, but
confused.
They're like, what the hell? Confused. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Confused by him. And we're like, oh, you gave me the ball? Okay. I have 2 seconds left to make a decision.
Yeah, and they fumble it. They don't know what to do. It's like, they surprised.
There were many plays like that in the last 2.
I think he's putting a lot of pressure on himself too, man. And I think Tibbs is probably putting a lot of expectations on him. So when he goes out there, I don't think he understands what fully that he needs to do. Right? I think Tibbs should just simplify the game for him. Not put him at point guard, but just put him as an off guard next to Rose, and I think that might be a little better on him. But at the same time, he has been slow coming out the gate in this past few seasons. Before he starts getting it rolling, like last year, we were cussing up a storm at IQ. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? He's playing like garbage. And then later on in the season, he started to get better. I think it was either close to the All-Star game or after the All-Star game. But in year 3, he should already master those things and coming into the season be more efficient, better decision making. But I think there's a lot of pressure on him to do what he needs to do, man. I think Tibbs putting a lot of pressure on him because that's Tibbs' boy, and I guess he don't want to let Tibbs down. I'm not trying to make an excuse for him.
You are. You are.
Stop.
You are.
I mean, I don't want for real though. I feel like we kind of overblowing it just a little bit, just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't want him off the team or anything like that. Just like Steph said, but to me, he just looked bad. Like it was so bad. Like at one point. Not at one point, for the most part, when he was on the floor, he was so bad. Hartenstein was running the point. It wasn't even IQ. Hartenstein, the offense ran through him. Mm-hmm. That's because Derrick Rose wasn't playing. So if Derrick Rose isn't playing, what do we do? Unless we want Hartenstein.
Running through iHeart.
Just running through iHeart.
Or bring Brunson back and play, heavier minutes. Or keep him with another starter, like RJ can handle the ball, And
right. I mean, I think there's certain things that have gotten better, and there's certain things that just haven't changed. And the decision making is one of the things that I haven't seen consistent improvement. You'll see improvement for stretches and then a regression. Improvement for stretches and then a regression. I think take the pressure off of him, put the ball in somebody else's hands, because when you look at our bench, where's the scoring coming from? It's coming from IQ. You expecting Rose to put up 15 points? You expecting Grimes is not even playing at this point. Obi, somebody has to feed him, the ball. Hartenstein, when he has scoring opportunities, he hasn't even been looking to score. So, like, who's scoring on that second unit?
I wonder if we're going to use more of keeping, like, there were stretches last year, or even it was almost every single game for portions, like anyway, where we had RJ play with the bench and kind of control that unit, and he would be more active to score at that time. So we might actually play RJ more minutes with them.
I
Yeah,
think
just
that's
just for additional scoring.
I don't know. That's kind of hard to me. RJ is ascended from that. I think that's over.
I would hope so. But if our bench scoring is going to be a problem,
That's
that
true
might
too.
be what his first thought is to do.
That's
I
true.
mean, Tibbs' default, right? Play the starters more minutes. Yes, that's the start. The one
That's
that
the
can
best
score.
Tibbs expression.
right.
They
I've
started
been
more
working
minutes.
on them.
All right.
Watch Tsunami Speaks. I do it every show. Just kidding. Go
Right.
ahead.
Let's move on to Rose. We already at 11:30.
Yikes.
Derrick Rose last season? Well, the few games that he played, 25 games, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3.5 assists, shot 39.2% from the field, 35%, let's just say, from 3-point line, 88% from the free throw line. And preseason, 4.7 points, 1 rebound, 1.7 assists, 40% from the field, 33% from 3-point line, 100% from the free throw line. In very limited minutes. Right?
Yeah.
I see Rose playing 12 to 14 minutes a game. I don't really see him being a scorer. I see him as, now I'm not saying he can't score. I see him averaging like 7 points a game. You know what I mean? Like, he's just out there to run the offense, give us what he can. I'm not expecting a lot of points from Derrick Rose in his 12 minutes. What's your expectation of Derrick Rose? I'm expecting 12. If you're expecting more, whatever. What's your expectation of Rose?
To me, in a perfect world, Derrick Rose would be situational. But he has to play in order for us to win games because we don't have a backup point guard. Derrick Rose hasn't played, I bring this up all the time, he hasn't played over 50 games in like the past 5 years. So as much as I like him as a player, I can't count on him for like a whole season. So because of that, I think we might be in trouble if IQ is struggling and can't play the backup point. It's going to be like, say if Rose does go down, I mean, we could bring up Deuce. I like Deuce, but I don't think that kind of solves our problem in terms of like scoring off the bench.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like the defense will be up a little bit, but yeah, Deuce isn't going to come out there and start killing cats all of a sudden.
Well,
yeah, I think we should have had a third string point guard on the roster, a veteran, just in case, for insurance policy. RJ?
No, I was gonna say, so we do have a backup point guard, and that's Deuce McBride.
Mhm.
So he's not a scorer, but he's a hell of a distributor. So you got to put him with guys that can shoot the ball. Okay, you got to put him in a lineup where the other guys shoot. He could set up Obi Toppins if Cam Reddish is on that second unit, or I Hart is on that second unit. You just got to put him with guys that can shoot. He's a pretty good point guard if you're not looking for a scoring point guard, like a traditional point guard. He's really good. So I think we do have a backup point guard. Derrick Rose, I agree with Joel, should be situational. 7-8 minutes at his age is probably, that's enough for him. I wouldn't play him more than that.
Right. Only thing about Deuce, though, much as I like him, when he's on the floor, they don't run the offense through him either.
That's Thibodeau's mistake. Like they should let him run it. He can run it.
But hold on now. Maybe there's a reason why they're not allowing him to run it, because they're seeing things in practice that we may not be seeing in the game. Just like we talked about
IQ.
IQ at the point guard.
I'm not gonna argue with that one because I hated it, but they saw an IQ stuff in practice that we're seeing in the preseason now. But I don't know.
Much as I talk about Tibbs all the time, much as I hated his rotations at Alec Burks being our point guard. But you You are, you know, I mean, you was right, Tibbs. I mean,
All right,
we
he
didn't have a
was.
point guard. We didn't have a point guard, yo. Like IQ is not a point guard, and Deuce obviously wasn't ready last year. Derrick Rose was hurt, so yeah, we
I
had to
But
have
but with
Alex Burks.
Deuce, he still can't pass his man though. And that's one of the things that we want our point guard to do is penetrate the paint. And he hasn't been able to do that. Yes, I agree with you. He's a good distributor. The defense will turn up, but can he penetrate to the basket and break his man down? That's the only problem is with Deuce right now. And if he could do that, he would definitely be our third string point guard. I mean, which he is right now. But you know, I think he would have been probably moved up a little bit, in my opinion.
I think, you know, for the 12 or 14 minutes that you're going to play behind Brunson, what do you need?
True.
If he's bringing the ball up the court and it's not getting stolen, and he's initiating the offense, and then the ball comes back around to him and he's open and he's able to hit a 3-point shot. Some point guards, backup point guards, are just managers, right? They manage the team, they initiate the offense. Yeah, the offense, they get you into your sets. Maybe that's his role. I agree with you, Staffer, but maybe that's a point guard, the first string point guard, to be able to get into the lane, break it down, pass it out to, you know, somebody on the wing for a shot. That would be great. That would be great. But McBride, maybe at this point, it's just manage us, get us in our sets.
That's it. That's it. And certain teams you play, certain teams he could, you know, a Stafford don't say he can't pass his man. Listen, if he's playing Trae Young, I guarantee he go right by Trae Young, because you know that's not gonna be a problem. Okay, so certain teams you play, you let him play point guard because he go right by the guys who check him. So,
bro, we didn't even see that in the preseason and in summer league. So what do you think that he's gonna just pop up and do that now?
He can. Trae Young ain't guarding nobody. Trae Young, he wave you, take to go right by, man. Hopefully, Clint Capella could stop you down there, but he's not stopping nobody. So depending on who you're playing.
Yeah, well, I see what you're saying. Trae don't play no defense, but oh boy, I don't know.
Got you.
He wouldn't be matched up against Trae Young too much, right? If he's coming off the bench,
Right.
so it'd have to be whoever their bench
Whoever
player. I don't know who their bench point guard is off the top of my head.
Yeah. All right, and I think that's every. And I mean, we haven't talked about this. It's almost. And I want to get into the predictions really quick. I'm going to do a round robin.
Oh, my God.
Really quick. Who's leading us in scoring?
RJ Barrett.
RJ.
RJ Barrett, I would agree.
I mean, he's scoring like so easy. It's so slow for him now. It's like automatic almost.
Right.
It's really amazing to see him come growing.
Yeah. Who is leading us in rebounding?
Randle.
Mitch.
Total
rebound, Mitch.
Randle.
I say Randle.
Total rebound? Like off?
Yeah.
Mitch only averaged 8 rebounds.
I'm about to say Mitch don't average that many rebounds.
26 minutes.
In
I think he
26
gets more
minutes.
minutes this year.
Okay.
So
How much?
he'll edge him
Mitch.
to 30.
So
I
he
think
played
Mitch
how
is
much?
at least
30?
I think he's going to play 30 minutes a game. Yes.
I say Mitch.
Hopefully, we'll see.
If he does, he'll be at the 10 rebounds that I expect him to get.
Right. Now, if we just say defensive rebounds, Randle.
Wait, so hold on.
I say Randle, period.
So if you think Mitch is going to play 30 minutes to get 10 rebounds, so you think Randle's rebounding is going down?
Just a little bit, because I think he's going to lose, like I mentioned, like a couple of minutes per game.
Okay.
And the other minutes will go to Obi. But again, a couple of minutes, not more.
Wow. If it's going to Obi, that'll be more rebounds for Mitch.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Or Hartenstein.
And RJ or IQ or
and
RJ.
Oh my God, Queen
Kid's gonna average
Queen
more
just
rebounds.
Loves Obi's rebounding.
terrible.
Yeah. You trying to come for Randall's spot? You got to rebound.
Right.
All right. Who's leading us in assists?
Ooh.
That's a really good one. I'm still gonna go Brunson.
Brunson. Jalen Brunson.
That's my point guard, Steph. You gonna make me?
Jalen Brunson.
I'm gonna say Randall.
I'm going with Randall too.
Are you writing these down, Steph? So
you
we
should
can
write
find
those
out what
down,
we're writing
Steph.
later?
I'm gonna go Randall.
Yeah.
Brunson.
Yeah. Wow, that's a tough one. I think it's gonna be close. I think Brunson may edge Randall, but I think that's gonna be close. That's gonna
it won't be IQ. Let's just say that. It won't
right.
be
Okay. You know what? I think we're gonna name Jarrell the president of the IQ Hive.
You really
he loves him so much.
Because I really did like IQ. Maybe that's why I'm so pissed off now the way he played, man. Because I really did like him.
I feel you.
Okay,
I was about to buy a quickly jersey, and he was like, "No, I really don't buy that jersey."
Like right. Who's gonna lead us in free throws other than IQ? Who would be percentage?
RJ Barrett.
Bronson. I'm going Bronson.
Oh, Brunson. I'm sorry.
RJ
Stafford. No, listen. RJ's been working on his free throws, but no, Bronson.
81% in the preseason.
I'm about to say, don't disrespect my point guard like that, man.
No, Brunson.
Yeah, it's Brunson, man. It's Brunson. Let him Brunson.
Who's going to be our most efficient player and lead us in field goal percentage?
Brunson. Oh no, I'm sorry, Mitchell.
I was about to say you.
Mitch is 75%.
Now on the wing.
I forgot about.
I'm about to say. I was going to say, I know that's my point guard, but I ain't
throw that out.
From the 1, 2, or 3 position. From the 1, 2, or 3 position.
The 1, 2, or 3
Brunson.
I'd say Brunson too.
Brunson.
That's true.
What was the question?
Wait a minute. You said from the street. Hold on. You said
1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. Brunson.
Field goal percentage. Who's going to lead us in field goal percentage?
Thank you.
From the wing, point guard, wing position, right? Ain't no competition with Mitch. He's shooting 76%.
Yeah, I'm going Bronson. Yeah.
How much of I'm trying to think of myself, how much of a jump do I think RJ is going to have?
I'm sorry. Don't Mitch hold the NBA record for percentage?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you catching it.
My man, Money Mitch. All right, go ahead. The Brunson, 1, 2, or 3. Brunson.
All right, Brunson. We're going with. Who's leading the team in minutes?
Ooh,
Randall.
RJ Barrett.
RJ. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with RJ. I'm gonna go with RJ on that one.
So what's the consensus?
If
RJ
guys,
as well.
I think Brunson's gonna play a whole lot of minutes too.
I'm about to say, because if RJ does lead us in minutes, but Quentin Grimes had the blue jersey on, I'm trying to make that make sense.
See, you see, nobody talking about Daniel Jones.
Okay,
Come on, bro.
I'm just trying to make it make sense, man. Like, I mean, how many minutes Grimes supposed to get? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go RJ.
Stafford, Joel coming for you, man.
No, I'm not, man. I'm chilling.
It's
it's either gonna be RJ or Randall. Like, either one of those. Like, it's a coin flip for me for Randall and RJ for most minutes.
I'm gonna go with RJ, man. Really?
Yeah, with RJ too for most minutes. Who's gonna lead us in bench scoring?
IQ,
because he's gonna shoot the most shots by far.
Yeah.
But he's not that efficient though. But if you put enough of them up,
I'm about to say, if you chuck him like that.
We saying IQ, but we gotta think about Obi, man, because Obi he's been putting up points, man.
Yeah, but is he gonna keep on being consistent on his 3-point shot? And that's what we were talking about earlier. Man, if he does that, yes. But I'm still
I would agree. But the thing about it is he has to. Well, he's friends with IQ, so IQ does look for him because somebody has to give him the ball, right? He's not going to create his own shot.
That's true.
So, But if they're playing the way that the first team is playing and they're moving the ball around and moving their bodies around, he will get his fair share of shots. And if he's hitting that three, he can definitely lead the bench in scoring. I think it's going to be IQ, only because IQ has the ball in his hands and he's going to shoot it.
He don't pass it.
I'm trying to say, it could be Hartenstein too. I think that's a little dark horse would be our leading scorer off the bench. He's going to put a lot of shots up, a lot of threes up, I think.
I don't know. First game iHeart or the last 3 game iHeart?
He's still going to put them up though. Whether he make them or not, that remains to be seen. But he's still going to put them threes up. You could tell, like, as soon as he get the ball, it go. Like, he ready.
Right. All right, 2 more. Who's going to lead us in 3-point made? Number of 3-pointers made.
Fournier, because he's starting.
Even though he's starting, he might not be getting that many minutes, though.
All he shoots is threes.
That's the only reason.
So I think it's going to be like, I think that's the only reason his
shoot threes, man. He be in the lane too with his little floater.
But if you look at his percentages,
like
his percentages are low because he only shoots threes. So if you're a 40% 3-point shooter, you're only taking one other field goal a game. So your field goal percentage is going to be low because he only shoots threes. He doesn't shoot that many twos. The same thing with IQ too. IQ shoot a lot of threes, yo. So that's why he will always be low percentage field goal.
So I'm over here dying. You know when somebody don't like a player. So when some, like, let's say if some a floater is like, yeah, the nice floater, like that's Stafford Dunn, right? The nice floater. But when it's a Fournier, he get in the lane, shoot his little floater.
Shoot his little floater. Shoot his little floater.
Yeah, he got his little floater too.
He's 6'7", Stafford. He's 6'7".
But you know who I'm rolling with? I'm rolling with Grimes.
Yeah, he got that nice floater, right?
3-pointers made?
Okay.
Yeah, he got a little floater.
Evan Fournier broke the record last year.
I will say this. 28 can do more, but in this particular offense, he's not. Now, I was encouraged because in the preseason, I actually saw him bring the ball down one time. I saw, I saw him doing, some more things. And I'm like, wow, maybe the offense is going to open up and it's not going to be him just relegated to being a 3-point shooter because he can do more.
Right.
You see him try harder. You see him try harder on defense also. He tried really hard.
He did. It's preseason, but he did.
Yep. And lastly, who's going to lead us in 3-point percentage?
Brunson.
I have a dark horse.
I might.
I'll go last.
I want to say RJ.
Oh, he took it. I was going to say RJ too.
Listen, man,
that's looking nice.
That three's been looking nice in the preseason.
Looking nice, man. Looking nice,
especially
if he's going to keep hitting. If he's going to keep hitting the. Say that again. He said RJ too.
He did. Yeah. That's why I said wow.
Wow.
And I'm the foremost RJ fan on this panel, and I didn't even say him. But I don't, because Brunson's not going to shoot a bunch of them. So I think kind of like how Rose had a high 3-point percentage. I feel like Brunson's going to be kind of similar and just edge out
RJ. I think RJ will shoot high as long as he doesn't try to go crazy and try to go like shoot him off the dribble more.
Yeah, because
if it's just going to be catch and shoot, then I think he'll be fine.
He is shooting it with confidence and poise. It's like he knows it's going in. Like it's like when it doesn't go in, he look at it like, really? Like, why didn't that go in?
Right.
So
I'm gonna say 28 for 3-point percentage.
Ooh, split the panel.
It's not that's a very good pick. It's safe though.
I mean, he had us at 3-point percentage last year. 3-point made and percentage, I believe.
Yep.
All right, Nick G, I'm just trolling, man. You know, Grimes is not going to be.
Oh my God!
I'm just trolling, Nick G. Calm down. Calm down.
Okay, Stafford. It's gonna be Grimes. Grimes is gonna have the best 3-point percentage, man.
He might listen before that injury. He looked like I think
Grimes could definitely shoot.
He can shoot.
Yeah.
He can shoot. He can shoot.
You know what? He might have the best. He take one per game. He hits it every once in a while.
Wow. Ashley Inc. won. He said RJ Obi 3-point percentage. That's saying a lot with Obi up there.
Yeah, the Obi.
I'm still scared every time Obi shoot that. I'm not confident in his 3-point anymore. Because with Obi when Obi shoots, it either look like the best 3-pointer ever, like it don't touch nothing,
Right.
or it'll hit the
Right,
side of the
though.
backboard. And he don't know why it hit the side of the backboard. He always disbelieves why it hit the side of the backboard. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Obi 3 points like the lotto. Hey, you never know.
Right. But it looked nice though. Like when it hit, it looked really nice. But then he'll hit the side of a backboard at least once a game.
Or he hit nothing. Or he complete air balls.
Right.
Yeah.
Or it's an air ball. And he'd be straight shocked. Like he don't, like as soon as it left his hand, he thought it was actually going in.
But he can shoot. So I think it's either he needs to slow down, he needs to take his time. He has so much energy going, he get it back. Right. You know,
right. He could definitely shoot, but he hit the side of the backboard at least once a game.
Ashley, ain't you picking up worst 3-pointer shooters on the team?
Yeah,
it's the second choice to lead the team in 3-point percentage. I don't know about that.
Yeah, Cameron.
Anyway, we on our way out of here. We can't even go over the Memphis game.
Now you give a prediction who's going to win tomorrow.
All right, okay. So we're gonna do 2 predictions.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Number one, what's the how many games are we gonna win this season? And then we'll give our predictions for the Memphis game.
So quick, I'm going 42.
42 wins.
I say we exactly 500. 41.
41. Okay.
I'll go 45.
Okay.
50 burgers, or 50 burgers?
No. Just for what I've seen in the preseason, I'm not as, I don't know, our bench isn't playing like I wanted it to. So 40, I would have gave us the 50 burger if IQ would have played better. But 43. I'm gonna say 43.
Well, I got the highest win. Oh, I'm sorry. What is yours, Queen? Let's find out.
Oh, Stafford win already?
Yeah.
Yeah, 42.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 42. But I could see a universe in which the Knicks exceed that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see a universe in which they exceed that. But for right now, I'm going about 40, 42 games. What's the chat saying? Nick G is saying 37. We're going with the range. Let me get me a range up in here. I'm going now.
Yeah, a range. So I'm gonna say
I can range.
I'm gonna go 41 to 45. If we go in range,
if we go in range, yeah. I said 41. If we go in range, I would say 41, 44.
35, 39, Geraldine. So we getting lower.
Okay.
D Ross said 46 plus.
Showing said 28 and 35.
Sherman said we was worse than the Pistons and Washington.
Where's my guy Rayology? Bro, where you at in the chat?
Nick G said, where is Sade Universe? Said Universe.
I'm about to say. Because I could, I see 2 universes. I could see us being very, very good, but I could see us being terrible too.
I can see it going either way. Like I said,
either way.
6th seed, if we really on all cylinders, Mitch defensive player of the year, Randle and RJ balling out, I can see us in the play-in. I can see us not even making the play-in. Chemistry issues, clunky roster, I can see it going both ways.
Yeah. I don't want to be Sherman and say, 28 to 35.
Put my money on it, I'm saying 40, 42.
Yeah. But yeah, I can see the bottom falling out too. Like I could see us getting like 30 something. Like I wouldn't be shocked.
Knicks Nation 112, 37 plus 5 for JB Effect, plus D Rose, plus iHeart, 42 to 42nd. 7. You know, when you look at this team and how they played and just vacuum, like, oh man, we're gonna win some games. Then you look at that Eastern Conference roster, and you're like, oh, all right, you have to pull it back a little bit. Ashley Inc. 148. Wow.
48 is high.
If I can do a range, then I want mine to be 45 to 47.
What's the 2-game range? There ain't no range.
I'm scared to go 50. That's why.
You
want me
said
to go
45 to 47.
Fine, I'll
ra-
take
a
it
range-
to 48. then.
a
That's a
range.
hopscotch. That ain't no range. Like, what are you doing? Like you just skipped a number.
45, 46 range.
Yeah, like come on now. Like range to me is like 4 or 5 games.
So
I would say
36
I would say
and a
40
half.
to
He said 36 and a half.
36. Oh, he's grading on a curve. That's crazy.
Half a game.
6 and a
Him
half.
got half a game.
Half a game. I guess I'm gonna say 40 to 45 then. Since we're getting ranges off. 40 to 45.
Wait, wasn't your number lower than 45 wins?
Yeah, so we doing ranges. I said 43.
I misheard. I'm tired. You
Oh,
said
that's
41 to
that's what-
45. Not that.
Right.
Disregard. Oh my
Jordan
god.
said he'll be shocked if we win. Listen.
I don't
I'm
see
doing these morning the recaps. The Knicks, the bottom cannot fall out.
right.
You know how hard it's going to be to get up in the morning at 8 o'clock to
Right.
do
Them
the
8 o'clock shows gonna be
in a
crazy.
row. Nah.
Right. You're gonna have more than cream in your coffee stuff.
Right.
You be mad as hell in the morning, yo.
Starting the morning off with a high
I
time.
gotta hit that white rum.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey's.
Right. Some of that.
We play Memphis tomorrow. Let's get our predictions for the game. This is just their roster. I don't know who their starters are going to be, but this is the roster. Last I checked. I don't even know who's on their bench. Other than Tyrus Jones, I don't know. And Clark.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of them. I know Laravia is a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Lofton Jr. is a rookie. Jaren Jackson Jr. is out. What's your predictions for tomorrow's game in Memphis? Win or lose?
I'll go first.
Mm.
Win.
All right.
Especially with Jaren Jackson out of there. I feel like we have more. Not that I would have said we would have had a shot before then, but with Jaren Jackson being out, that really helps us as far as having that additional shot blocker in the middle. I expect RJ to play very well, especially since he seemingly likes to. I won't say they have beef, but he goes hard against Morant. I'll put it that way. Last year, in the last few games we played, and it's a good reason. He should be like that.
One other person too.
Wait, who's the other person off the top of my head? Is it
Luka?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He freaking see Luka every time he see him. I don't know why, but he does.
He cooks him. I love it. Yes. So, and then Mitch played really well against Memphis in the last 2 games. Those games came down to the wire, and we didn't have a closer at the time. Now we have someone that can help us win that game, namely in Jalen Brunson, and then we also have Rose. So W. That's what I think.
All right, we go.
I don't know if you wanted to score or not.
Oh, if you want to give a score, give a
Giving
score.
scores? Okay, what's the score?
Nah, I don't want to give a score because y'all scared me now. Oh, okay. Here's the score. The score is 105, 100.
All right.
Okay.
We holding them to 100. That's what's up. At home, ain't we at Memphis?
Yeah.
They ain't gonna whoop this trick.
I'm gonna say win just because I don't want to be a sucker on the first game and say we're gonna lose. That's probably it. And I think we play Memphis pretty tough every time we play them anyway. I know the Ja and RJ rivalry is real a little bit. Not saying they have real beef at all, but I think RJ does play a little better every time Ja's on the floor. Yeah, they don't have anybody that can play Randle at all. So yeah, I will say that we will win. I'm a squeak out win though. I'll say 108 to 1 like 05 or something, like we'll win by 3.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say win too. I expect Randall to have barbecue chicken. I expect Mitch to have a big game in blocks. He's gonna clog up that paint a lot. I don't think Ja gonna have a good time going in the paint. I think we're gonna play excellent team defense on him,
Mhm.
not just probably RJ alone. And we gotta protect the 3-point line from Desmond Bain and what's the other kid name, man?
What, Dylan
Brooks.
Brooks?
Brooks.
No, not Brooks. He got braids he always wear a headband. I think he comes off the bench too.
Zaire?
Zaire Williams. I think he's hurt.
Zaire, yes.
He's hurt. He was a rookie last year. I think he's hurt though.
I like Zaire.
Oh,
He's
he's
pretty
hurt?
He
good
can play. Yeah, he was hurt. He's young, but he can play.
Okay, and we gotta keep them off the boards. So I think once we do those little things, play team defense, clog up the middle, Mitch dominates, Randall dominates. I think we come out of Memphis with a win. So I'm gonna go. Ooh, you know what? I say we hold them to 90
Oh,
to
wow.
to 90 to 97 Knicks.
Low scoring game.
I say we back in the 90s for real. I like that action. Beat them up, Stafford.
Yeah,
Beat them
that's how
up.
I'm going.
All right.
Randall gonna whoop that trick.
Yeah, I like that.
According to Stafford.
Let's do this before we get to Ajay and my prediction, because I don't know if he has to leave. Nick G 2K1, happy birthday, my brother. Yes.
Oh, that's what's up. Salute.
Happy birthday, Nick
birthday.
G.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
More life, more life, more life, more life.
Yeah, appreciate you rocking
Salute,
with us on your birthday. It's
Nice.
12:03.
I'm about to say you 2 minutes old.
And the Knicks play today.
Word.
The Knicks play today. Happy birthday, Nick G.
Happy birthday, brother.
Um,
My prediction.
Yep.
So I think we're gonna win for several reasons. All right. First of all, Memphis, they don't listen, they don't watch or listen to our Nick Nation podcast. So they only listen to ESPN, so they're gonna underestimate us. And because of that, that's one reason we're gonna win. They still in preseason mode, so they're gonna come in here loose, think they're gonna get cute, and we're gonna run up on them. But the main reason why I think we're gonna win is Jalen Brunson is going to ball out. Okay, he's gonna fare very well against John Morant, who doesn't play a whole lot of defense. He's gonna be the difference maker, Jalen Brunson. So because of him, I think we're gonna win the game tomorrow. I don't have a score, but even if it's by a point, we're gonna win.
Yeah. And keep in
Point
mind,
guard, man.
they play against each other, right? Brunson is from the Western Conference. So this
Yep.
is the first
They're
time.
very used to it.
All
Yeah.
right.
You're
Yeah.
Queen,
Mhm.
I need you to write this down. Showen said 8-22 in the first 30 games. So I need you to write that down. Make sure you have it right in front of your computer. When we beat that prediction, we want him to suck salt. A lot of salt. He's gonna get a lot of high blood pressure.
Oh no, my throat.
He said a lot of high blood pressure.
Because he's ridiculous, bro. I don't understand how he's a Knick fan and always negative, bro. I don't get it.
If we 8 and
No type
22,
of optimism or anything, bro.
My dad got to see this episode.
Yeah, we 8. If we do get 8-10, like we don't, none of us know what's gonna happen. But if we are 8-22 in the first 30,
Is that who?
Thanksgiving ain't even gonna be the
Who,
same.
who posted that? Who
Right,
posted
right,
that?
right, right.
Sherwin.
Well,
Salute to
that's
Sherwin.
after
He always in the
Thanksgiving,
chat.
right?
I don't know if it's 30 games, what 30 games
No,
is, but
no, but
Yeah, that's
guess what?
probably around
Guess what, Jarrell? If we do that, yo, might as well we just tank for the whole season, do a fire sale at the trade, and see if we could get that Paris kid.
Wembayama.
Yeah.
Victor
If that's gonna
Wembanyama.
be if that's gonna be the case the first 30 games, fire sale everybody, fire Tibbs, and let's just tank. Because that is ridiculous. 8-22. Come on now, man.
yeah, that's bad.
Got to be bugging. A Tibbs team, 8-22.
They still not gonna fire him though.
Yeah. And Nick G is right. The early schedule is tough, but 8 games, nah. But it's tough. So I think the Knicks win as well. And when I look at this roster, Morant is Morant. Don't get me wrong. I think Desmond Bane is going to have a good season. Dylan Brooks is back. I know Aldama. I think he's an international player. Has been playing well for them.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the Knicks may not be top heavy and have a star in Morant, but I just think that the talent is spread throughout the roster. And the scoring is spread throughout the roster. I think the Knicks go into Memphis and win.
Nice.
I think the score is going to be 107-98.
107-98. Okay. Oh, nice.
Yeah, 107-98.
I really don't like the Mitch matchup though. Just because
Steven Adams.
Yeah, Steven Adams, man. He's not no all-star center or anything, but he's strong. And Mitch usually has bad games against like big, strong centers. Like he usually likes to take advantage of his size. He's not going to be able to do that. He's going to have to take advantage of his like athleticism and stuff like that. But usually Mitch is Mitch when he takes over like size-wise, like he did last game with Washington.
That's
like
true.
they had nobody to check Mitch. That's why he dominated like that.
Yeah, that's what I said in my soliloquy. I mean, Mitch has to dominate.
And I don't know if they're going to play both of them. Like I've seen some lineups. I believe if someone has watched Memphis more than I have, and you might have, I think they've also started Aldama at center. I think the same thing with Jaren Jackson. They'll start him at 4 and then take Adams out, move him down to 5. So they do the same thing with Aldama. They do the same thing.
Yep.
Before we get out of here, one question. Nick Yak, appreciate you rocking with us. Everybody's rocking with us after midnight. Would panel try McBride on Ja if Ja is going off on us?
No, because that means Brunson isn't on the floor, and we need Brunson to be on the floor for the most part. So no. Like, like I guess you have to give me a scenario. Like what? Like in the fourth quarter, like spot minutes, like. Or he just, he got like 27 at the half or something. And you just start off in the third quarter with Deuce on him. I don't know. It depends on the situation.
Yeah, but I don't think I would do it in like down the stretch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just depends on the situation.
So. They did that a couple of times, yo. I think the guy with the glasses who was coaching us before bring the Ntilikina in, and he got roasted. Then what was the next scenario? I had a next scenario where we had brought in somebody. Oh, it was Grimes against I think it was Cam. Was it Cam? Not Cam. The dude that played for the Nets. What's his name?
Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas. And Grimes was cold and it never worked out. So I don't see Tibbs doing something like that, man. Just bringing in Deuce in spot minutes when he's not really warmed up to the game. He gonna have to. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
I mean,
especially the first game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Tibbs doing it, but like somebody like Steve Kerr has done it. Just brought somebody in for spot minutes. I think the other question is it fair to McBride to just have him sitting on the bench all this time, jars cooking, warmed
Yeah, I
up,
don't like that.
and whatever. Now, listen, hey, you haven't played. You know, she
Hey, you.
need you to
Yeah,
come
that's what I'm
in.
saying. It
You
ain't
do
gonna make
nothing
it
but
gonna make sense.
guard y'all.
you ain't gonna do nothing but get Deuce cooked. I don't like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a tough spot to to put him in. But I could see him, just like the game is over. I don't like the way y'all playing. Come in and just play it out. I agree with you, Nick. Yeah, I don't think it's fair, but I think he would welcome it. I don't think he was shy away from it at all.
Yeah,
Ajay said don't blame Fios. Fios has been really good. He said so my Fios has dropped.
Wow. Nah, he's sleepy. That's what it is. Ajay got off how you supposed to get off. He just pulled the plug on y'all.
All right, last words. I mean, this show went over 3 hours for real, almost 3 hours.
I mean,
any last
big win tomorrow. Should be expecting the Queen to come on at 8 o'clock and talking good things.
Thursday morning.
Otherwise, peace to the chat. Happy birthday to Nick. Again, more life, more prosperity, right? More wealth, more health. And salute to my brothers and sisters on the panel, Jarrell, Tsunami, and most of all, the Queen. Yo, we 75 people away from 1,000 subscribers for the Queen. So like this video, share this video, tell your friends, tell all your Knicks friends, tell your Memphis friends, tell everybody. Dope Soul.
Not your Memphis friends.
Tell the Memphis friends, yo.
Every Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Tune in, subscribe. All right.
Yep.
So we just 77, I believe. Okay. So everybody subscribe. Otherwise, peace and love. Staffordon is out.
Yep. And for those who didn't hear the video, that J Boogie song and Simeon Russell did the video. We about to play it right now. We're back. I'm back here Thursday morning. Anybody wants to join me? I know it's early, 8 o'clock. If you want to join me, you can. Until next time.
You tune in, that means you're feeling the vibe. The bell rung, you already been subscribed. Right now, the Queen, she on live. Right now. Please pull over the whip, no phoning when you drive. Dope Soul Sporting with the talk. First lady from New York, Brooklyn. All my people, you rocking with the chat. Hit that. The like button would tell me where you at. Step from the MBK. Born and raised up MBK. Hey, real lady, where she holding it down. No matter how you feel, she gon' greet you with a smile.
Sister, you one of a kind.
Yes.
Oh, sister, it's time you
That's
shine. Don't talk.
Where you at?
Don't talk.
Where you at?
Don't talk.